everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Room, where we talk all things comics and movies. I'm one of your hosts, Sunjay.
And I'm Troy.
It's Troy and Abed in the morning. Troy, it's me and you. We're flying solo today. I think we're going to interview Jeff Winger, maybe interview Annie. I don't know, it's going to be a good episode.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Keeping it live, keeping it fresh.
Yeah, Tim unfortunately couldn't make it today. We seem to have a rotating cast. What's that? Justice Society is the new thing from, what was that? Not the Supergirl, but what's that other TV show?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah, that's what's going on
Does that
right
pique
now.
your interest?
Yeah. You know what? I don't think the Justice Society?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think they really fit well even in the comics.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to pull it off in the show. But one thing that was cool is the cartoon show. Do you remember that a little while back when they had like a young Superman?
Yeah.
And in season 2 they kind of beefed him up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I was all on board with that one.
Yeah, that was sick. They need to bring that back.
They really should.
So how has your week been? Watch anything good? Watch any good movies?
My boy Tim got me into Stranger Things.
Oh, okay,
on
yeah.
Netflix,
yeah.
That show is something else. I think anybody that's a big fan of the 80s, movies and Goonies, a little bit of the X-Files vibe going on.
Yeah.
I love it, but this feels so 80s. It's just so authentic. I remember Spielberg, I believe, or was it J.J. Abrams? Maybe it's both of them. They tried doing Super 8.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Did you like that one?
Oh, yeah.
I liked it at first, but then I kind of got lost with the Transformer. But I really felt like that was trying to be such a nod back to like E.T.
Oh, absolutely.
The 80s film.
Yeah.
But it felt like it was really trying to do that. Stranger Things just does it. It's all organic from the title to the actors, to the feel, the music. It's just spot on. It's a great show. So shout out to Tim. Go out there and check it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, Tim, thanks for the recommendation, and I'll have to check it out. I'm a big 80s guy. So.
Yeah, man. And it's only 8 episodes, so
that's
easy
perfect.
To get into.
I can get it.
Nice.
What I watched, I finally saw the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman.
Nice, your thoughts?
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
I love the theatrical cut, but after watching the ultimate cut, I'm never going to watch the theatrical cut again.
Yeah.
Ultimate cut is far superior. Have you seen it?
I did. I watched it last week.
Okay, and does that change your tune from the theatrical version?
Funny enough, you know what? I definitely appreciate the ultimate cut more.
Yeah.
It answered all my questions, at least for the most part. But the thing is, you're still going to have problems if you didn't like Lex Luthor in the first place. You're still not going to like Lex Luthor.
Fair enough.
And there's also some other issues, because now some things in the movie don't really make sense because there's some time issues that go on. For instance, when Batman goes to fight Superman, I'm wondering how long was he standing at that bat signal until Superman came, because Superman saves Lois gets in trouble.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. But yeah, it's definitely better.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't make me love it. Yeah.
It seems to be the general consensus. If you love the theatrical version, you'll love this as well. If you hated it, you'll just find this one okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if they released the theatrical version, then it would have been a lot better received by critics and audiences. And I think it probably would have made more money. So, Warner Brothers, get your shit together. We're going to be talking about that later in the episode when we discuss their latest adventure, Suicide Squad.
Absolutely. I'll throw in here one last thing quickly. That Ultimate Cut really did shine a light more on Clark Kent, though. I really like that. Clark Kent deserved that. He's missing that in the theatrical cut, so I really like what they did for Henry Cavill.
I agree. Same with Lois Lane. I felt like she actually had something to do instead of being rescued in this. So.
Yeah, it made a lot more sense of what she was doing. And same with Clark, how now I know why Superman hates Batman.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Definitely.
Off of that, because it seems like every episode we talk about it, it's the event of the year, Batman vs. Superman. But there was another event.
It's almost like a segment.
Yeah. Welcome to our weekly Batman v Superman segment. Spin the wheel and discuss what we'll talk about. Tick, 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 tick. Lex Luthor, like him or hate him. Next week we'll be discussing tick, 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 tick. Doomsday. Did he cut the bill? We'll find out next week.
Stay tuned.
You know who's going to be coming up next week when we discuss Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah.
There's 100% chance. But no, there was another big event that was last week. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the episode last week when you guys discussed your Comic-Con reactions.
Yes.
And I just thought I'd come in here and give a brief synopsis of some of the stuff. So I didn't watch the TV trailers, unfortunately. I don't really watch the TV shows, so I can't really speak to that. But I did watch the 3 movie trailers. So Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Marvel's only trailer that they released. I think it looks visually stunning.
Yes.
some of the different scenes looks like it's kind of like Inception meets Batman Begins.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on that journey, kind of.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. I think it looks fantastic. I mean, Marvel, the track record speaks for itself. This movie's going to be good. Benedict Cumberbatch is a beast of an actor.
Did you find it funny at the end of the trailer?
Oh yeah, I thought the joke worked. It seemed maybe a little bit out of place because that was the only joke in the whole trailer.
Right. Yeah.
But it worked for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was hilarious.
Nice.
Like, we're not savages.
Yeah. Loved it.
Yeah. So no, I think that's going to be a great movie. I'm all for it. And the guy who directed also directed one of my favorite horror movies of the last decade, Sinister. Total faith in this movie. It's going to be a hit.
Awesome.
Yeah. Put your money on it. Hit.
For sure.
So you guys seem to really enjoy it as well. I think the general consensus is the movie looks fantastic. Fantastic trailer.
Yeah, they're safe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So now we move on to a little less safe. DC released 2 trailers. So Wonder Woman. What a trailer. To me, that one Comic-Con, I mean, that was just a phenomenal trailer. Did you get a sense of a little bit of a Little Mermaid at the beginning?
Yeah, now that you bring that up, a little Ariel
Yeah, and
there.
Prince Eric, when she's like, "Are you a man?" Like,
yeah, that, you know what? That's the only part. I think I mentioned it before. That's the only part I could have done without if they'd taken that scene out.
Yeah.
Other than that trailer was phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
from the minute they released that poster to got the trailer.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. I mean, Patty Jenkins is a terrific director. Gal Gadot showed she could bring it in Batman v Superman. Yeah. This movie just looks different. You know, this movie I think will buck the trend. I said this before, but I think this will be the first certified fresh DC Comics movie. I mean, you look at it, look at the cinematography and the scenery. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You get a sense of who the villains might be.
Yeah, and there's color. Color in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not Zack Snyder color filter.
Yeah.
And, you talked about New 52, Origin. I really like the action scenes, too. They seem kind of Snyder-esque. I mean, a lot of people rag on him, but he can shoot action like no one else in Hollywood.
He kills it.
Yeah, and some of those slow-mo scenes just worked.
Incredible. The shield play, too.
Yeah.
And just knocking off nukes and
whatnot.
I love it.
Man, girl, like, she can bring it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That boss line, like we said, what I tweeted about, what I do is not up to you. Like, what an awesome line to have her say. Just, assert her dominance. Because it's right. Like, she's in this world of man, and she can hold herself with any man in World War One. And she's
easily.
in the trenches fighting, and the golden lasso when it lights up and it expands. Yeah, this movie has me super excited.
Sure. I
can understand a little bit of the caution because we've seen this before with DC.
Yes.
I can understand that people will be cautiously optimistic, but based on the only footage we've seen so far, there's no reason but to be excited. So, and then the movie poster you brought up, I'm definitely gonna pick that up. I mean, that looks fantastic as well with the different like the orange and the blue.
Oh, wow.
And then Gal with like kind of the
silhouette.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's still like so powering at the same time, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going as for Halloween.
Back off! It's my costume first.
Should we do like an all Wonder Woman episode where we all dress up as Wonder Woman? Their New 52 Origin. I forget what it's called. Justice League War, the animated one.
Right.
Where Wonder Woman has the lasso of truth, and there's this guy who's ragging on Wonder Woman. Yeah. And then around the lasso of truth, he's like, I wear the Wonder Woman costume when no one else is around, and it empowers me.
That's right. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Opener.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Yeah.
Love that line. So
that's
totally looking forward to that. I think that movie's going to be a hit. I just can't say enough good things about that trailer. I felt like that trailer won Comic-Con. I mean, everyone was talking about it. This is the first like big budget, female-led superhero movie. And it's kind of funny because we had a ton of great kick-ass women, in movies when you had like Ripley from Aliens, and then you had Sarah Connor from the Terminator. Yeah. And then we had
Katniss in Hunger Games.
Yeah, Katniss from Hunger Games and Nev Campbell from Scream. So, I think this is going to carry on the tradition of kick-ass women in action movies. So
definitely,
I'm down for it.
Oh yeah.
And then we got the Justice League trailer. So that one, okay. So some cool little bit tidbits for you out there. Some Easter eggs.
Yeah. You're
familiar with the Justice League animated TV show?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Unlimited and the original. Yeah.
Do you know when it debuted?
Oh boy. Let's see, was it 98?
No, it debuted on November 17th, 2001.
Wow.
Yeah, and do you know when the movie comes out?
It was 2018, is it?
No, November. Close. November 17th, 2017. So,
it's 2017.
so it's coming out the same day, just 16 years later, as the animated series. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Will it be better than the animated series?
Let's hope, because that animated series is pretty sweet.
It is awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the better animated series. It's up there with Batman and X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
And it had Jon Stewart.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. I thought you meant like the comedian Jon Stewart.
Yeah, he's a voiceover.
Well, he's in the Ultimate Cut.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He is.
That was a weird scene.
That was.
Yeah, totally out of place, but whatever. This movie looks totally different from Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. It really seems like, they're following what the critics say, like, oh, it needs to be more like Marvel, and some people think that's a good idea, but I don't know. I don't know if that's their best avenue to take back to respectability.
No. I mean, Man of Steel I thought was so good.
Loved it.
You could totally pull off that tone. And the thing is, with this movie, it feels so much smaller.
Yeah.
I mentioned before, it's missing the epic factor.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no real big threat that these guys are taking on. And I don't want to see Batman kind of go this soft and not so much comedic route. I want him to be the same Batman that we saw in BVS, except minus the killing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they nailed him in the first one, or the last one.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think this was just footage that they show just to the fans. Like, it's not an official trailer or anything. It's just, we've just started shooting. Here's what we've got so far. I thought they nailed Aquaman. Like, he looks like a badass. That scene where he's there and then the water just hits him.
Yep.
Snyder, he can, like, paint pictures with his scenes, and that scene is beautiful.
I'm curious to ask, what did you think of Flash's introduction?
Okay,
in
so
that trailer?
I'm not a big Flash fan as you are.
Yeah.
To me, because I'm used to the animated series where he's kind of the comedic relief.
Oh, when he's Wally West, I think too.
Yeah. To me, it kind of worked. Like, I think what's his name? Ezra Miller is a terrific actor.
Mm-hmm.
I love the line when he's like, my second favorite chair.
That's good. Yeah.
And if you look closely in the background, you'll see that Flash is a big fan of the TV show Rick and Morty. So I love that show. Check it out. So he's watching that in the background, and I thought that was great. I think Ezra Miller's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
As I said, like, go check out Perks of Being a Wallflower. Mm-hmm. He kills it in that movie. We need to talk about Kevin as well. He's excellent in that. So. He's just a terrific actor. I think he's going to nail it.
Nice.
Little concerned about the tone.
Yeah.
But I'm taking a wait and see approach. I mean, hopefully they nail it. If they let Snyder do his thing, he'll do fine. Mm. He gave us Man of Steel, Watchmen, 300. I love all three of those, and I love Batman v Superman, especially the Ultimate Cut. Yep. So I'm cautiously optimistic. So you guys asked, who do you think won? Mm-hmm. I think Marvel won TV, no question. It seems to be the general consensus.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think DC won the movies because they gave us 2 trailers. The Wonder Woman trailer is killing it on social media and YouTube. Like, over 22 million views already.
That's incredible.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
It's more than the Justice League footage.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I could totally see how Marvel won because they gave us all those announcements, but we didn't see anything. So if we saw the Spider-Man trailer, the Thor Ragnarok, the footage, the Guardians, then my vote probably would have swayed, but I could only vote on what I saw.
Yeah.
And so I went DC.
Nice.
Speaking of the 2 different themes, are you more of a fan of the Marvel, we're not going to show everything, we're just going to show the people at Hall H a special trailer, or are you more of a fan of what DC did when they just released everything on the internet?
That's a good question. I like what DC did, but I think DC kind of had to do it.
Yeah.
In the position that they're in. But I also think it is great that Marvel kind of holds on to that and really gives the fan experience something to really look forward to. Something like an exclusive, right? Because these guys make such a hard trip to get down to San Diego. So that's cool that Marvel gives them that. I do believe that Marvel still won, but I really do wish Marvel gives at least a little something more.
Yeah.
Maybe something from Black Panther if you can't do Spidey or something else. But... I'm going to go with the exclusiveness. I actually do like it when they kind of hold back and let the San Diego Comic-Con community see what they have to offer.
Yeah, I totally get that. My thinking is this, like, so if you go there in San Diego and you watch the trailers, there's maybe, 10,000 people that see it?
Yeah.
And then you piss off millions of fans who can't. Whereas DC, even if the 10,000 people who were there in Hall H got mad that they released it, you're only pissing off 10,000 people, but think about how many millions of views Wonder Woman and Justice League got. So I can see both sides to it, but DC needed to because all the bad press from BVS. So I agree. Well, glad we agree on everything.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the episode? Should we just go home now?
They shook hands and left and rode off into the sunset.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing I wanted to bring up is, there's some talk out there on the interwebs, as there always is. Do you think there's a bias with critics and fans more towards the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Comics in general, as opposed to DC Comics?
I don't think so. I think we just get more Marvel, and I don't really think there's a bias. I would say, maybe the DC fanboys out there are a little more passionate,
a little salty, because
yeah.
I could totally see it, because if you're DC, you've been waiting for the cinematic universe forever.
Yeah,
and and Marvel, theirs are already in full swing, and it seems like a lot of things. Like I definitely don't think there's a bias. Like people were saying, like, "Oh, Disney is buying off critics." That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw some fans were petitioning to close down Rotten Tomatoes. Do those fans know that Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Warner Brothers, who in fact owns DC Comics?
And the biggest thing is, which is silly, is that Rotten Tomatoes don't review movies.
No,
they
not
have
at all.
a bunch of reviewers that post their reviews on their website, but they don't actually have a hired staff review people.
No.
And they say, hey, give 95% tomato rating to Magic Mike Disney Edition or anything silly like that. Like it's
Magic
it's
Mike
silly.
Disney Edition? Is that like the Prince Magic Mike? And then
the Prince and the Mike.
Yeah, I'd watch that. We were just talking about Little Mermaid, Prince Eric, Magic Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know, is there any princes in Disney that's named Mike?
No, I don't think there is.
No.
But yeah, the whole thing is just bogus. And like I said, and like you said too, one, Warner Brothers owns Rotten Tomatoes, and two, Rotten Tomatoes does not actually review any of these movies or anything. It's just a website that has a bunch of other reviewers' thoughts and reviews on their website.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do think, though, there is a bias towards the Marvel tone. Not necessarily Marvel movies in general, but a comic book movie which is less dark, gritty, and involves more, a great action film, but it throws in a lot of quips as well. Like, not just to make this a Marvel versus DC thing, but, you get a movie like Superman Returns, hated by fans. I don't like it. Like, I appreciate it for what it is, but in my opinion, I think Man of Steel is a far superior film.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Superman Returns has like 25% or something more than Man of Steel in Rotten Tomatoes. So that's kind of like a little bit weird. There definitely is some hits or misses. Not everything, critics don't get it right all the time.
Yeah.
They're just human like us. Like sometimes, what was it, Blade Runner got trashed when it got released, and now it's regarded as one of the greatest movies of all time.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, even Scarface.
Yeah.
Scarface, the theatrical run, got booed.
Yeah, yeah.
Look where that is now.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. I mean, you can't go to someone's house. You can't go to a university fraternity house without seeing Scarface on their DVD shelf. And then, you get some movies like Super Troopers. Great, great comedy. 35% from critics. Audiences have it at 90%. So there is sometimes, the Transformers as well. Audiences like those. I don't think there is any bias towards DC. Like, critics don't wake up in the day and they're like, you know what? I really hate Batman. I'm going to give this a shit review. I don't think there's anything to it. But I do think they prefer the tone of the Marvel movies, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, opposed to what the DC Extended Universe is trying to accomplish. And I think that's kind of forced DC to change the tone of Justice League and kind of change the tone of some of their movies to make it more like Marvel. I mean, you look at that Justice League trailer, as we talked about, it's definitely a different tone from what we got in the Batman v Superman trailer.
Yeah.
In that respect, I think that's what it is. But I don't think it's just because it's a Marvel thing. I think doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Let's put that to bed.
Do you think the rating from Superman Returns and Man of Steel is different just due to the fact of where superhero movies were back then to now? Like, the bar has been set so high.
That's true, yeah.
Do you think maybe it's just they're a little more critical?
No, that makes sense.
On their ratings?
Yeah,
or?
I could totally see that, because I mean, I have here the first Hulk movie from Ang Lee.
Yeah.
What a great movie
Horrible.
that was. Yeah, horrible. And he fights giant poodles.
Yeah, and the weather.
Yeah. And it's certified fresh. So, I mean, I definitely think, and that came out, like, how long ago? If that came out today, I think it would get trashed.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that is a great point. We are at a time where we expect the bar to be raised higher.
For sure.
And, with films like, that brings up a good point. Films like The Dark Knight, I sometimes feel like the Nolan trilogies in my opinion, they're the greatest superhero trilogy of all time, and they're my favorite superhero movies, and probably always will be because I'm stubborn like that. But I think that's like a blessing and a curse for DC because every movie that seems to be released since then has been compared to it.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
Oh, no. Sorry. That's all you.
Yeah. I was saying, like, you know, like you released Man of Steel, and like I thought that was a fantastic movie, but people are comparing it to, well, it's not The Dark Knight. Even The Dark Knight Rises, people are like, well, it's not as good as The Dark Knight. And I'm like, Dark Knight Rises is a fantastic film. But you go online and you go on any thread and you throw out you like The Dark Knight Rises, people will jump on you like crazy. And you're like, this movie's fantastic. Like, what do you want, people? I love that film. So, you know, even like The Avengers. Yeah. Great film. Probably like the perfect superhero comic book movie. Yeah. And then you get a film like Avengers Age of Ultron, which, you know, was good, but it had its misses.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and it looks bad in comparison, although it's not a bad film.
Yeah. So favorite trilogy going down superhero wise, the Dark Knight Christopher Nolan series.
Absolutely. For me, I'm throwing it out there. What do you got for favorite superhero trilogy?
Captain America.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good. Maybe one day we'll do the versus Captain America trilogy versus the Dark Knight trilogy.
Nice.
What a battle that would be.
That'd be cool, eh? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I mean, good call.
Yeah, that'd be a great film. We'll have to get Baron and Tim on there because I know they'll be on opposite sides of that debate. But you know, I loved Civil War, but I think it's kind of the same thing to me. Like, Civil War made, what, $1.1 billion in the box office? That made less than Iron Man 3. Yeah. And it's a far superior film than Iron Man 3. Yeah. 100%. But I think, you know, maybe some of that superhero fatigue we talked about. Mm-hmm. But, you know, also living up to Winter Soldier. To me, I prefer Winter Soldier over Civil War. Very close. Yeah. Love them both, but I'm going to have to give a slight edge to Winter Soldier.
Cool. Fantastic movie.
So, do you feel like... You know, you guys touched on this a little bit last episode. Do you guys feel like, instead of Christopher Nolan kind of running his own thing, do you feel like DC should have started their shared universe at that time? Or do you think that would have hurt the Nolan films? Or would that have worked? Do you find it, you know, back in 2008 after The Dark Knight?
It's interesting because I think back then audiences would have been a little more confused. I think now it would have worked. Yeah. But back then at that point, I think audiences would have been pretty confused if they had Christopher Nolan's Batman going on over here, and then you had a Justice League movie going on over here, and the two separate universes. Even now in this day and age when we have the TV universe and the movie universe, some people are like, it's going to cross over, we're going to see Flash, and I don't think it's going to happen.
It could. Crisis on Infinite Earths is going to happen.
Yeah, I think it kind of tarnished a little bit too because, you know, going back to Christopher Nolan's Batman, he had such a tight grip on that character. Even Smallville, the TV show, they were meant to have Bruce Wayne in there and they couldn't do it. And I think they actually scratched him out for Oliver Queen. I think it's actually that's why the Green Arrow wrote.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could totally see that. You know, do you think he's ever gonna come back? To me, you know, Nolan, I put him up there.
No, he's great.
He's my favorite director by far. Of all time.
He's awesome.
So, do you think he's ever going to come back to the superhero genre? You know, you think if DC really hits the snags or hits the skids here, do you think they're going to back up a dump truck full of money and say, "Hey, Justice League Part 2? Yeah, you're directing it."
I don't know. You know what? I don't know if Nolan would be the guy for this universe they're establishing because I think he's more of a one and done. I mean, franchise. I think he's more of a one and done guy. I don't think he's really big into sequels or trilogies. Yeah. And me, I'm one of those guys. I wasn't really big on Dark Knight Rises. I wasn't really big on
Troy, it. Buddy.
So for me, I think he kind of showed his fatigue on that one. Yeah. I loved Begins and I loved The Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. So going off of that, I don't think he'll get into a superhero film. And if he did, I think it'd be his own kind of original character away from DC.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who do you think, besides Batman and DC, he would be perfect to do a film for?
For DC or just any character?
Let's say DC, because right now he has a contract just for Warner Brothers.
For Warner Brothers? Who could he do?
Like, definitely the Nightwing would be pretty awesome.
Nightwing would be really cool. Maybe Constantine.
I like that, cool actually. That's a great one.
I think that'd be pretty neat. You know, give Constantine the justice he deserves on the big screen, apart from Keanu.
Yeah, I like that one actually.
Nice. How about you?
You know, that's a good one. I was thinking maybe like a Green Arrow. He could bring that kind of like realism and grittiness to Green Arrow on the big stage.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much, but they talked about a Justice League Dark movie from Guillermo del Toro, but then they just announced an animated film.
Exactly. So I think it's been scrapped.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. That would have been something pretty cool.
That would have, but I'm kind of worried now about their animated universe for the movies because the Killing Joke's not doing so well there.
No, I haven't seen it yet. Have you?
I haven't seen it, but I've been hearing not the greatest things.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because those animated films at the beginning were fantastic.
Yeah.
Superman versus the Elite, Batman Red Hood.
Batman Red Hood is fantastic, and Dark Justice League Frontier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the New Frontier, the art by Darn Cook. Oh, that is
incredible.
Fantastic. We're gonna have to review that.
You might have to do a commentary. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that film. It is so perfect in every way.
Yeah, the time that it captures of the superheroes.
Yeah.
And they even age them up after. It's incredible.
Full disclosure, I tear up at the speech from JFK Jr. at the end of that film.
Yeah.
When he's saying about the new frontier is upon us. Shed a tear every time.
Oh, shoot.
I'm man enough to admit it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. No, I really like that one. And the other one I really like is Justice League. I think it's Legion of Doom. Is it? When they take on
Justice League Doom.
Justice League Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Batman has, a backup plan to take on every member of the Justice League. That is so Batman, and I really wish they went that route in the DC Extended Universe.
Maybe he'll do that. Maybe that'll be a Justice League Part 2 where it's them versus Batman.
I would love that.
That would be such a sick movie.
I would love that.
What did you think of the comics? We're getting a little off topic, but this is our show, so we can go off topic if you like. What do you think of the comics when it was Batman? I think it was Endgame, where he pulls Superman aside and he said, I have a way to defeat every member of the Justice League except for Wonder Woman. There's no weakness to her.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that
they
too.
need to bring that into the into the DC movie universe because Superman was dating Wonder Woman.
Yes.
I don't know if they still are in Rebirth.
Well, it's a different Superman now. So
right. It'd be kind of weird if he was.
He's the new Superman. Clark White is married to his original home squeeze, Lois Lane.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, Princess Diana's lost her Superman from her timeline.
Maybe she'll go back to the Steve Trevor Express.
Maybe. He was pretty sad when Wonder Woman chose the Man of Steel over him. So.
I wouldn't even feel bad if I had a choice between if my wife chose Superman over me. I'd be honored that I was even in the running. Thanks, honey. Second place isn't bad. If she chose I don't know, I can't think of a really ugly superhero. There's not a lot of them.
Two-Face?
Yeah, Two-Face.
I guess it's a supervillain.
Yeah. She chose Two-Face over me. I'd be like, what the hell? But Superman, I'd be like, at least I made the top 2. They should make a superhero bachelor where Wonder Woman, to find her next date, all these suitors line up and then she has to give out a rose to everyone. DC, if you're listening, I got your next Wonder Woman arc right here. So on to Avengers. Mm-hmm. The juggernaut that it is. Infinity War. So originally it was entitled Avengers 3 was Infinity War Part 1, and then number 4 was Infinity War Part 2.
Yes.
But now we got news that it's actually Infinity War is number 3, and number 4 is untitled at this moment. What do you make of this change?
I think it makes more sense. For 2 reasons. Me personally, and you probably can relate to this too, I hate when movies do this Part 1 and Part 2.
Oh, it's awful.
Kind of nonsense. And you being such a big Blu-ray collector, I'm sure you kind of hate that in your collection if you have all the Harry Potters and then the last one's Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they scrapped that. And another reason, I think they kind of got rid of that because maybe they're watching Hunger Games and these other movies that have kind of fallen because they've had these Part 1s and Part 2s. So maybe they want to be like, you know what, let's just make this Part 3 and call it this, and then let's make Part 4 and call it this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Do you think Part 4 then is not going to focus on Thanos, or do you think it's still going to focus on Thanos?
I think it's still going to continue. I mean, Thanos is such a big deal in this Infinity War, so the big bad still has to be Thanos in there. I can't see them not continuing that storyline afterwards. I mean, these Marvel movies do a pretty good job with their Avengers films. That is the main, that's the big plot line, right?
Oh yeah.
So I still see it continuing on over.
It has to, because you built up Thanos for 10 years, and so you're gonna have this mega battle, and it can't be resolved in 3 hours.
Yeah.
If it does, 3 hours is a long time, but it's still gonna feel rushed.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna have to have a Part 1 and Part 2, but maybe just call it something else, or maybe I don't know what's the next movie that comes out after Avengers Infinity War. But maybe have that continue on throughout the rest of the films until you get the second Avengers.
Yeah.
Because I think it comes out only a year after, so it's pretty close, in terms of release schedule.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think initially it was meant to be that Humans was meant to be in between there.
Oh,
but I
okay.
think something else is taking its place. It might be Captain Marvel now.
Oh
Actually, it might
yeah,
be.
that's a great. I didn't mention this, but Brie Larson. That's a great choice for Captain
I
Marvel.
love it. Right? Yeah, it's good.
You know,
It's
it's
good.
funny because like I'm such a DC fan, so when they said Captain Marvel, I immediately thought of Shazam, and then I saw Brie Larson. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess he's not Captain Marvel anymore.
Like Shazam's going to Marvel.
Yeah, he should. They're not doing anything with him at DC.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah.
I'll say it every time. I still wanted my girl Emily Blunt for the role, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
You can start a fan petition. Maybe you can make your own fan film.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel starring Emily Blunt. I mean,
Yeah.
if we had that kind of money to just throw around, that'd be
For
pretty
sure.
sweet. But
Oh, yeah.
you think there's still a role for her? And if you could cast her in Marvel or DC, who would you cast her as?
well, if I put her in Marvel, I would make her She-Hulk. I think,
Oh, that's a good
that'd be
one.
Cool. Or if her movie career goes a little downhill, she could do like a Netflix.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
I was just thinking maybe Zatanna.
Oh,
The
nice.
Sorceress Supreme who says everything backwards and then it comes true. So I don't know. I'm still stuck in that Justice League Dark. You really got me with that Constantine Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan film.
Make it happen.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan, if you're listening to this. We have no clout with Hollywood, but if you do it, you'll have beer for life when you come to Calgary. Because didn't he film Interstellar in Calgary?
I think it's Vancouver, wasn't it?
No.
No, what? I know the Revenant was just outside,
Yeah.
but maybe.
I think it was. I think it was in Okotoks because my brother said in that scene where they're playing in Yankee Stadium,
Oh, okay.
that's actually Okotoks baseball stadium.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
Man, we missed our chance to kidnap Christopher
I
Nolan.
know, and have him write a bunch of movies and scripts for us.
Can you imagine how cool that would be? I would do the time. I'd be a hero in jail. You'd be like, yo, you got Christopher Nolan to make like 20 more DC films? Warner Brothers would post my bail. Like, how much trouble could I really get in, right? Judge would go easy on me. He's probably a Batman fan. That's why he got into criminal law. Anyways, so Troy, would you say that Avengers Infinity War, do you think that is the most anticipated comic book movie that hasn't been released yet?
I think Infinity War is. I think it's going to be pretty huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is biased though, but I think a lot of people are excited for Spider-Man.
Oh,
Homecoming.
yeah,
I think a
Homecoming,
lot of
yeah.
people are really raving. Everybody loved Tom Holland in that
Yeah,
movie.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I think they're excited for that. But after this Wonder Woman trailer too, now
she's
it's
up
hard to-
there.
She's up there.
Yeah, do you think that really helps that DC beat Marvel to something? Like, this is the first female superhero. Do you think that helps their case that it's beating Captain Marvel to the big screen?
Definitely. It's good. And I think Marvel really had to release the Brie Larson announcement. Because if they did announce that would look really bad on Marvel's part when they've had their universe has been alive for this long and they haven't had a female-led superhero movie yet. So, yeah, I love what DC did. I'm glad they beat them to the punch, and they needed to do that too. Right?
They needed to beat him at something. And,
Yeah.
so it's good that they did that. But I'm looking forward to Captain Marvel. But I would have loved to see a Black Widow movie. There's so many great female superheroes
Yeah.
at Marvel. Even with Fox, like a Storm solo. I think that was rumored, but then the Wolverine solo was crap, and so they kind of
they're meant to span out and do a bunch of origin series
Yeah.
with Magneto, which
Yeah.
basically became First Class. I guess
Such a
and
cool
then-
opening scene.
I love that Magneto
Yeah.
in that movie.
Oh man, Magneto is such a fantastic villain.
So good, and Michael Fassbender. To me, there's two guys in the movies right now that are just phenomenal. It's Idris Elba and it's Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Those guys can do no wrong in anything.
Did you see Idris Elba? He's trying to get to play Jon Stewart in Justice League.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? So
yeah.
Tyrese Gibson has competition. 'Cause I know
Yeah.
Tyrese for the Fast and Furious franchise
That's right,
has been
yeah.
going photoshopping himself
Yeah.
as Green Lantern, and without a question, Idris Elba is the far superior actor.
Far superior.
So that'd be interesting. It'd be interesting too to see how that works with his Marvel contract.
Yeah. I mean, there's very few people that have done both Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of is the guy who he was in The Dark Knight, but he's also in Ant-Man, but it's just bit parts. Like, he plays like a thug in Dark Knight that the Joker, like, dresses up and...
You're right. I know
Yeah,
exactly what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Because
I
when I
forget
saw
the
him in
guy's
Ant-Man,
name.
I was like, that's the guy in Joker
Yeah.
in Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks almost like a Joker.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, Avengers Infinity War, that's pretty cool. I'm really excited for this movie. I'm going to ask this. Do you think it's going to become the highest grossing comic book movie of all time?
Avengers?
Avengers Infinity War, Part 1. Or just Infinity War, I guess. now.
Right. If fatigue has been kicking in, then it's
Yeah.
really going to kick in by then. But if anybody has a shot of doing it, it's going to be this movie.
Yeah, I agree. Avengers kind of caught that lightning in a bottle. Like, it was a fantastic film.
Yeah.
but like everything kind of worked for it.
Right.
So, you know, it's going to be tough because it's like almost, 1.5 billion? So
Sheesh.
I hope it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's better than Avengers. You know, it's kind of, you know, and I hope it's better than The Dark Knight, because why would I want to go see a movie that I think is, you know, not as good as a movie I've already seen?
Yeah.
So every time I go to a movie, I hope it's going to be the best comic book movie we've ever gotten.
Yep.
I haven't had that happen since The Dark Knight. So, but I hope for it, you know, Marvel or DC. I'm not biased. Like, I don't care. They don't pay me to sit here and rant. And, you know, when I sat here and I defended Batman vs. Superman, I didn't just defend it because it was a DC film.
Right.
I defended it because I genuinely liked the film.
Exactly.
And same thing with Marvel. I own every single Marvel Cinematic Universe, Spider-Man, X-Men.
Awesome.
You know, giant sized Man-Thing movie I own. I own the
Nice.
90s Captain America movies, Howard the Duck.
There you go.
So, you know, I'm not just spewing Marvel hatred. I love Marvel. I love all their films. I own every single one of their films. So if anyone out there owns more Marvel films than I do, feel free to cast the first Marvel hating stone at me. But I don't hate Marvel.
Yeah.
One thing that I don't hate, but I don't know a lot about, but I am getting a bit better, Star Wars.
Oh,
you know,
boy.
Tim, this one's for you. We got news of a Han Solo trilogy.
Yeah.
So do we have to rename him now? He's no longer Solo. It's Han Trilogy.
What about Han sequel?
Yeah.
Just throw it out the window. Yeah, so I heard a couple reports about this, and I don't know if it's necessarily exactly a trilogy of Han Solo, or if we're going to see him in more movies, more appearances of this actor. And if it's that, then I'm fine with it. If we're going to see this character, this actor play more Han Solo roles, that's cool.
Yep.
As long as it's before A New Hope. Mm-hmm. If it's a trilogy, though, then it's garbage. It's horrible, because there's so many other anthology stories or a Star Wars story that you could tell. And if you do 3 movies just on Han Solo, then that's a pretty big disappointment. You can get Boba Fett, you can get an Obi-Wan. If you do any trilogy, it should be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
So, or we need Knights of the Old Republic. That's what we really need.
What if we get a trilogy of the robots? Just C-3PO, R2-D2, and BB-8. Just a trilogy. Each one gets their own film.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, how does he get his red arm? They still haven't explained
There's
that.
the comic, actually. I think Tim picked it up.
Did he just dip it in red paint?
It looks that way.
Dropped his watch, and then he went to pick it up, and he's like, "Oh no, it's red paint." No.
Yeah, it looks that way. What do you think of all this? I mean,
here's my thoughts. So, we're getting a trilogy starting with The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Love The Force Awakens, and we still got 2 more carrying on in that timeline. And then we got a new trilogy starting with Rogue One. And that's going to be more the behind the scenes, as I understand it.
Are we getting a trilogy of that one, or is this just a one and done with the Rogue One?
Oh, okay.
You know,
I'm the last person to
ask. I think with the anthology films, for the most part, I think even Catherine Kennedy even said they're more of a one and done.
Oh, okay.
Which is even more reason why I'm more worried that they're going to go a trilogy route with the Han Solo.
Yeah.
And they should also really think about this, because we haven't even gotten our first one-shot anthology film off the grounds yet.
Yeah.
So they should maybe pump the brakes. But sorry.
No, by all means. So, you know, and then if we get a Han Solo trilogy, that's 9 Star Wars films, and I think they're supposed to come out one every year for 9 years. Mm-hmm. So that's a Star Wars film until 2024 or 2025 or 2024. I don't know. It's a long time, Star Wars film. And, you know, not that I'm complaining or anything, but I feel like, you know, it might lose some of its luster. I mean, you had the Star Wars films. They came out in the 80s and 70s, I believe.
Yep.
And then we didn't get a great Star Wars film until The Force Awakens. You know, the prequels were okay. I haven't seen them yet. I'm sorry, Tim. One day I'll watch them.
Nice.
But I was telling my wife, she's like, "Are you ever going to watch the prequels?" I'm like, "Well, honey, you know, it's kind of like watching the Christopher Nolan Batman films and then going back to watch the Adam West Batman film." So that's how I kind of compare. Like, I've seen The Force Awakens. I've seen, you know, Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, the third one, Line. Which one?
So you've seen Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, that's the one. Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Nice.
So I've seen that in The Force Awakens. So, you know, everyone just bashes the prequels. I'm sure I'll see them at one time, but I still got to watch the Star Trek films too. So got to get on that.
Yeah, that's right.
But, you know, I think, you know, Han Solo's a pretty cool character. He's definitely, Harrison Ford just had this kind of coolness to him.
Yes.
I don't know if this new actor's going to be able to bring that to the role.
Has a lot to live up to.
Yeah. I mean, if you talk about iconic film roles, Harrison Ford and Han Solo is probably top 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Sean Connery's James Bond.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's such a tough role to go and take over. So, I mean, people have done it with other roles before, so maybe it can be done. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. More movies, the better. As I always say, one of these days they're going to stop making all these movies that we like, and
Yeah.
the only thing I'll have is just the Blu-rays or 4K movies to sit back and watch. So, give me everything you got. There was a time when we didn't get Star Wars films for about 20 years,
Yeah.
and people clamored for it.
Exactly.
So, that's the other option. So I say give it to me. I'm gonna watch them all in theaters. I'm sure Tim will already have the tickets bought. He probably already has Rogue One tickets bought.
Yeah, probably.
Speaking of Rogue One, I heard some news that there's potential big reshoots happening, and I know reshoots happen all the time, so I never really want to judge a film until it comes out. But we've heard some, every time you hear the reshoots word, you kind of get a little bit shudder for a bit.
For sure.
But Star Wars, they're with Disney, and Disney seems to have their shit figured out. So I'm sure it's gonna be fine. People, cool your jets.
Definitely.
But you never really want to hear it. Reshoots is okay, but I heard extensive reshoots, something like 50% of the film.
That's huge.
So I don't know. People can say anything on the internet. So look at us. We have our own podcast, and so it's just proof that you can say anything on the internet. So moving on, Han Solo Trilogy. We're all gonna check it out opening day, and you should as well, because maybe Star Wars will be won't be as big in 20 years. Who knows?
Yeah,
Probably
people
not.
just take it for granted, eh?
Yeah.
By then.
You never know. I mean, look at stuff like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Even Shazam. Shazam was outselling Superman, and now he's nowhere to be seen. So, all this stuff that we take for granted is like big time. And we just assume it's always going to be cool and always going to be popular. Not always the case. And, maybe there'll come a day when Star Wars, something else comes out and Star Wars doesn't become as popular. I don't foresee it anytime soon.
Maybe Avatar.
Yeah.
Maybe Avatar's going to come and be the new Star Wars.
You Star Wars nerds who are all writing their emails now, don't send them. It's okay. I don't think anytime soon. I'm saying, maybe in 50 years or something.
Yeah.
You never know.
Could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of super cool stuff from olden days, Superman on-set pics from Supergirl.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this?
I absolutely love these photos. The first press photo they showed, where it's all photoshopped and has a little bit of the lens flare going on, didn't really care for it.
No.
But the actual set photos, incredible. This looks like the Superman that's fun, that loves being Superman.
Yeah.
It's blue, it's actually blue.
Yeah.
He's not huge. I wish he's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But the costume's so cool, and it's I love it. I really love it.
I'm getting a real Injustice feel with the costume. It's kind of like Injustice meets Brandon Routh meets Henry Cavill.
Yeah, with Captain America's boots.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks great. What are your thoughts of bringing Superman, the big cheese, onto a TV series when you have him in the cinematic universe? Is that going to confuse fans? Or, you know what? Is it okay? Like DC said, their whole thing is the TV and the movie universe is different, whereas Marvel's kind of amalgamated everything into one. So that's one thing that's better about separating it, because you'll never see Captain America on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. probably.
No.
Whereas we're getting Superman on Supergirl at the CW, and we're getting The Flash has his own TV show, and he's in the movies as well.
That's right.
Do you like that, or do you think it should be just one singular universe like Marvel?
I absolutely love what DC's doing. I haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know Tim and I know Wayne love that show. I haven't seen much. I heard the first season was pretty rocky, and I think they're held pretty tight to stick to the movie universe, right? Whereas you have Flash universe on the CW, it can do whatever it wants to do, and it's so good.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of making it harder for them to bring Flash into the movie universe, because Grant Gustin is just killing it on TV. And we get Superman on TV, which is cool because we had 10 years of Tom Welling being Clark Kent, and it was good for the first 4 years.
Yeah. Whoa.
And then after we're like, come on, we need Superman.
Yeah.
Wear the costume.
Wasn't he like the Blur by the end? Like I stopped
watching
watching
the Blur.
it. Yeah.
I think it's the Blur, the blue Blur, or whatever.
Oh,
and then once the show finished, we found out like we Superman. Yeah. And then they did actually a comic run called Smallville Season 11.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I picked up some of it.
Yeah, and you got to team with Batman and everything,
that's pretty
which was okay. But now we finally get Superman, and
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, why not put Batman on TV?
Yeah.
And team up and. Yeah,
He's in Gotham. Do you think they'll have a crossover with Gotham and CW?
I don't know. I don't know if it'll work because Gotham, I think, takes place in the 80s.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think it takes place in the 80s, and I don't know how. I don't know. And I guess with Fox and.
Well, you got Flash. You can always go through timelines.
Yeah, that's true because I guess CW Supergirl. Well, I guess it's actually CBS's Supergirl originally wasn't in that universe, but now they're going to tie it together, right?
Yeah.
So anything can happen in the TV world when you have Flash.
You never know. I mean, speaking of Flash, I saw an interview with Ezra Miller, who's playing him in the cinematic universe.
Nice.
And he's such a nerd. He was talking about how the Flash, it might have been the special features of Batman v Superman, but he talked about how the Flash is so fast that he can vibrate through molecules, and that allows him to pass through solid objects and go through time. And as soon as he said that, I was immediately sold on Ezra Miller as the Flash. Like, I know Grant Gustin's bossing it on the TV series, but Ezra Miller, you know, he seems to be like a geek, and he seems to really like love the character of the Flash.
Cool.
So sold on him. So I just want to bring that up because I forgot about that. So yeah, Superman on Supergirl, we're all for it. I mean, as we said, it's just another incarnation of the character. I mean, if you can have 3 comic series of Superman going on at once, why can't you have him on the big screen?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it seems like the DC TV universe is really doing a fantastic job. The fans seem to really embrace it. You got Arrow, you got Flash, you got Supergirl, you got Gotham. That's 4 series, so you can, you know, it's pretty cool. I mean, there was a time when there was 0.
Yeah.
I mean, Dean Cain was kind of cool in Adventures of Lois and Clark with
I love
Terry
that
Hatcher.
one.
Yeah?
Loved it.
Big
yeah.
fan? Sure.
Oh, yeah, I was a big fan. How many seasons did they make it to? About 3, maybe 4?
Yeah.
Can't remember. I remember the first season, and I loved it.
Yeah. I remember they said they were supposed to get married on the TV show, but then they were going to get married in the comics, and so they're like, no, we got to marry him in the comics first, and then you can do it on the TV show. So they had to push that back.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think that was around the time of the death of Superman.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's big.
Yeah, no, I love Dean Cain. I think he was even in Smallville, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah, they did a lot of stuff on Smallville where they had like Christopher Reeves.
That was a fantastic episode. Yeah, that's the one thing I like about Smallville is they always brought the characters back.
Yes, exactly. Even the original Lois Lane.
That's right. Yep. And the girl who played Lana Lang in Superman 3 was Clark's mom in Smallville.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good callback.
Yeah. I forget her name. Annette O'Toole, I think.
Oh, that's a great memory. Yeah.
I don't know. Even if I don't know.
I didn't pay attention to the credits. I just love the theme song, but I never paid attention.
Somebody Save Me?
Yeah, loved it.
Oh, is that the best superhero theme song?
So good.
Oh, loved it.
Yeah,
as soon as it
my
hit,
ringtone.
Should we call it right now and find out? Love it. Speaking of things that we love, but probably critics may or may not, before we segue into this may delve a little bit into spoily territory. Suicide Squad. We'll try our best. We haven't seen the film. I haven't looked at any spoilers. Yeah. But if you're holding out to see how the critics react to it, you may want to turn away right now and come back in a while. We'll tell you when. But if you don't care, continue listening because we have some good conversation coming up.
Good stuff.
So, Troy, the review embargo lifted on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Did you look on Rotten Tomatoes and see what score it has?
I found out today. And 33.
Oh. Wah, wah.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that show? Let's Make a Deal. And you get like the tarantula and it's like, zoink. That's what I feel like. I was crushed.
Yeah.
Like, this was the one film that I thought for sure was going to be certified fresh. Mm-hmm. I was willing to put money on it. Like, the trailers looked fantastic. David Ayer is a fantastic director. The cast is amazing. I'm curious to see what happened. You know, like, does this temper your expectations going into it?
It does. Well, I'm trying not to because, you know, I had such high expectations for BVS.
Yeah.
And, you know, then there's rumors, 27, it's 28, it's 22, whatever. And, you know, we all go and see the movie and it started hitting me and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is, well, from my opinion, you know, this is something else. And I don't want to hear the same things again. I don't want that ruining my experience, you know, going into this film. But I haven't really been big on this film so much. I mean, I like Joker. I like Harley Quinn. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Killer Croc's look at all in this movie. I'm not really the biggest Will Smith guy either. But Deadshot is a cool but Deadshot is a cool guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know about this movie. I hope it's going to do well. Like we mentioned before, I go into every superhero movie expecting nothing but the best and hoping for nothing but the best.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but if this one drops the ball here, then DC's in trouble.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. The thing I think is Man of Steel hit, people kind of were decisive on it. But I think people are coming around to that film. The more it's out, the more people watch it. The more like, this is actually a really good film.
Yeah.
And I think it got harshly criticized. Part of the reason why we brought up that whole is Marvel, is critics biased to Marvel. I feel like sometimes, like with Man of Steel, I feel like some of the criticism leveled at that film was a little bit unfair. And you don't get it in other films. Like, they're saying, like, oh, the destruction of Metropolis was too much. But I'm like, did you not watch the Avengers? New York would be decimated.
The Avengers, The Matrix.
Yeah.
So many of these movies have just these world-dominating aftermaths.
Yeah,
right?
And I'm like, just because Man of Steel showed that, and it's Superman's first day on the job.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So, sidebar there. We have a lot of sidebars this episode. But I feel like, criticism like that. And one of the criticisms I heard of Suicide Squad, this isn't spoilery or anything, but they were complaining about Deadshot's use of guns. And I was like, did you not watch Civil War where Black Widow, Falcon, Bucky were all using guns throughout the film?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like that's just such a poor criticism. Like, that's just like criticizing the genre in general as opposed to the individual film.
Yeah, that's nitpicking.
Yeah. I feel like there's a ton of nitpicking when it comes to the DC cinematic universe. Fair or not, I just feel like there is, but I don't think there's any specific bias against it. And I mean, it might sound like there is, but I don't think so. So Suicide Squad, the reviews have not been kind to this movie. The one thing is, is this the death of the DC cinematic universe? I don't think it is, because this is kind of like the last film of the old regime, and then Jeff Johns took over, and then he's been more involved with Wonder Woman and Justice League. And it kind of reminds me of the New 52, where you got the New 52 and I loved it and I thought it was fantastic, but everything kind of looked the same. The stories were all dark and gritty, and then they gave us this rebirth, and it was like this breath of fresh air, and everything was colorful and everything was fantastic, and the fans have ate it up and loved it.
Love it.
And so I'm thinking that's kind of what Wonder Woman and Justice League will be like. I'm hoping anyways. I mean, they, the critics have been against me the whole time, so maybe it won't be, but I feel like, is this the death march of DC? Wonder Woman is coming out no matter what. They're pretty much already done shooting the film, I believe. Justice League, they're deep in production, so I don't think they're just gonna pull up shop. The one thing is, now we'll get into more of this when we talk about Suicide Squad, but I've been hearing studio interference. And, DC, or Warner Brothers, has been doing this since the second comic book film. Even their first was Superman. Richard Donner created this beautiful cut of Superman 2, and then they got nervous, and they said, well, you need to throw more humor in it. They canned him, got a new director, shot it, and added a lot more slapstick comedy to Superman 2. And the rumor is that David Ayer had this cut of the film, and it was not very comedic. It was more like a dark and gritty film.
Okay. Yep.
And then they showed that first trailer with the music, and everyone lost their shit. So I don't know. This hasn't been confirmed yet. This is just what I read online. And so everyone lost their shit. So Warner Brothers execs panicked, and they said, wow, we need to make this like a fun, like Guardians type movie, more humor. And so they actually hired the company that cut that trailer to do a cut of the film. And then they tested 2 different cuts. You had Ayers, and then you had this more fun like trailer company that cut it. And then they tested it, and then the one that the trailer company cut tested better, and then that's why they ordered the reshoots to add more humor into the film. So, if that's the case, I could definitely see then how it can get muddled, but I'm going to reserve judgment till I see it, because the trailers looked amazing, and so I'm still not convinced it's going to be terrible. I mean, maybe it will be. I'm going to go in there with an open mind. I'm not just going to like it because it's DC, and I'm not just going to hate it because it's DC.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in there and try my best to enjoy it and have fun. Like, sometimes, especially with comic movies, we nitpick way too much as opposed to any other movie.
Definitely, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So just, don't let the critics persuade you into not seeing this comic book movie. As Kevin Smith said, as comic book fans, it's our duty to go and see everyone, even the poor ones like Fantastic Four, because maybe then they'll make one that we do like further down the road.
Exactly.
And, I think this budget is at $175 million. So it's a little bit less than Batman vs. Superman, so it has to make a little bit less money than that. But I still think, opening weekend, it'll probably do pretty big numbers. At least it's poised to anyways.
Right.
So I think even with the negative criticism and negative reviews, it'll still do probably pretty good opening weekend. And then, this could be a film like Transformers where critics hated on it, but audiences loved it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to wait and see, but
Yeah.
hopefully nothing but the best. I think DC at least needs a home run here.
Yeah, they need something. It's unfortunate that the critics aren't really on board with this, but they need something that the critics and the fans enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't had it with 3 different movies. And frankly, they haven't had it since The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time. It's been, 6 years? Like Green Lantern wasn't a hit.
Yeah, that was bad. And I really love Man of Steel. I wish that was well received.
Yeah, maybe down the road it will be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I dreamed this or not, but I seem to remember when Watchmen came out, it was sitting at 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Because I remember thinking like, 2 people will go in and one person will like it, one person won't. And now it's at 65%. So maybe that one's getting better reception.
Interesting.
Because you can always add, I think, reviews later. It's not just when the film comes out.
Right.
So, I mean, and different films through different times become classics and stuff. And I feel like Man of Steel definitely fits in that category.
For sure.
And even like some of the Marvel films, like Captain America Part 1. I mean, you guys love that film.
Oh, yeah.
And so I haven't seen it in a while. Me and Baron, aren't as high on it, but
Watching Winter Soldier and then going back to the first Avenger really enhanced that movie for me.
Okay.
It really did something.
So if you were having a Marvel movie marathon,
Oh, yeah.
what would be the first movie you start with? Do you start with Captain America First Avenger, because it's chronologically the first, or do you start with Iron Man #1?
I'm going with Iron Man #1.
Yeah, so you go release date?
Yes, I
Yeah.
would. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go Iron Man and then Hulk.
Yeah.
And then so on and
And
so
then
on.
Iron Man 2 and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I kind of do like the, you start with Cap, because it's in World War II.
Yeah.
And then you go to Iron Man, and then Hulk, and then Iron Man 2, and then so on.
That's cool too, though.
Yeah.
I would probably do it that way just for myself, but if I was trying to get someone into the universe, I'd probably do it original release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, are you a big fan of Suicide Squad, the comic book? Do you read a lot of Suicide Squad comic
I
books?
don't. I'm a big comic guy, but I gotta be honest here. I haven't read a Suicide Squad comic ever.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So enlighten me here. Educate me here.
Okay, well, I actually didn't read it until the movie got announced, and
Yeah.
then I went and picked up the trades and I read them, and they're a little bit difficult to get a hold of. People were like, "Oh, this thing's going to be a huge hit, and their comic's going to be hard to get a hold of."
I know. I was trying to get my hands on some Harley Quinn lipstick. Can't find it anywhere.
I got the Harley Quinn hair color.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
the ravishing red or the Joker green. That's one thing with this movie, the tie-ins. I went to Market Mall in Calgary the other day, and you walk down the one side, there was about 4 or 5 stores, and in their window was all Suicide Squad t-shirts and Suicide Squad posters.
Wow.
I think this movie made a ton in merchandising.
Must have.
Even if it doesn't light the box office on fire,
Yeah.
I feel like this, reached kind of a younger audience than a lot of the other DC films. And I think this, kind of like the teen tweens. And I think this film, will do well in that age category.
Yeah. Which is interesting with the title like Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
right?
but kids are trying to be like, cool and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
while they have their cigarette. And,
Yeah.
apparently kids are like what I think from 1980 movies are. So Suicide Squad, I read Kicked in the Teeth Volume 1. It's pretty cool. Their first story has them going to a football stadium and taking out hordes of zombies. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I think, there's a rotating cast of characters. So we've had Parasite on there. We've had Reverse Flash. Wow. We've had Deadshot, Harley Quinn, King Shark's been on there.
That's right. And they were contemplating whether putting him in that movie for Killer Croc.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, we don't want to do all CGI, so makes sense.
Yep.
But it would have been cool to see him because he was pretty cool in The Flash.
I liked it.
Yeah.
What we saw.
Yeah. And the cool thing about Suicide Squad is, especially this bodes well for the movies and the sequels, is they're not just a USA-based or a Gotham-based entity. Yeah. There's issues where they go to Russia, they go to China. There's one where they go to Las Vegas, and it's really cool.
Cool.
So you could definitely have this set in like some foreign land or something and do a really cool Suicide Squad sequel if the first one's well received. And you can add and change the characters. You could put in Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, or maybe, the bad guy from Wonder Woman, or, there's an endless possibility with this. And I feel like the possibilities, the comics haven't quite lived up to the potential so far. Maybe with the Rebirth they will, but I mean, as I said, there's unlimited potential. You can have any villain in the DC universe on this team.
That's true.
I mean, and they, as the strength of DC is their villains, so this is a villain centric. I think Black Manta was in it for a while.
Oh yeah, I love that. It's one of my top DC villains.
Oh yeah. I mean, he has to be the villain in Aquaman, doesn't he?
Has to be. I swear that costume on that set
photo is
right? Yeah.
Zack Snyder too with his costume design. I think they're gonna go more horror with the trench from Aquaman Volume 1 with like all those hordes of fish coming up.
Ooh, cool.
And maybe even with his brother Orm and kind of make it like a Thor Loki relationship.
Right.
But I'd be cool, like maybe save Black Manta for the sequel. But I mean, Black Manta and Aquaman are vicious. Like, Black Manta kills Aquaman's son, and Aquaman kills Black Manta's dad.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that's you don't see that. You don't see superheroes taking the lives of their villains, like family members or even their villains. So I mean, that's people are like, "Oh, Aquaman's lame." I'm like, no, you got to read his battles.
No idea. Yeah.
Jason Momoa was the perfect character because he does not look lame one bit. He is badass. So Suicide Squad, check it out for yourselves. Make your own opinion. Yeah, I'm excited for it still. I'm going in with a little bit lowered expectations, but I enjoyed Man of Steel. I enjoyed Batman v Superman. You know, a film like Iron Man 3 got great reviews, and I did enjoy that as well. So sometimes the critics won't agree with you. But just go in and form your own opinion. Don't go in with a negative, oh, this is going to suck already, it's DC.
Exactly.
And same thing with other Marvel movies. Don't just go into Doctor Strange and be like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. I think it looks fantastic, but form your own opinions. All right, so before we end on Suicide Squad, did you catch what director David Ayer had said at his screening?
Yeah, some words are being thrown there, eh?
Yeah, he's throwing some shade at Marvel. He said, someone in the crowd yelled, F Marvel. And, well, he didn't just say F, he said the full word, but we're trying to keep things clean here.
Yeah.
And David Ayer repeated it and said F Marvel at the screening.
Jeez.
And did you see what Stan Lee and Joe Quesada had to say about that?
Oh, no, what'd they say?
Stan Lee said, lay off my boy David Ayer. It's a big compliment that he said that. Stan Lee's the man.
Yeah.
And Joe Quesada, I think he's Joe or
John?
Joe Quesada.
Yeah, Joe Quesada. Editor-in-Chief of Marvel.
Yeah, he said lay off David Ayer. It's all in good fun, and it's competition makes everything better.
Yeah.
But what do you make of that? Saying F Marvel, especially before the film even comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all in context. I don't really know necessarily what the fan was on about, but I think David Ayer's just having fun with it.
Yeah.
And, Marvel kind of seems to show a little more class because they don't really throw stones. I've been seeing a trend every year on these DC Storm bows. David Momoa one year. And I think The Rock the other time.
Oh, yeah.
So they're always trying to poke at Marvel. Marvel just says, well, hey, let the movies talk for themselves.
Yeah.
And the movies do all the talking.
Well,
and the comic sales.
Yeah. We know Marvel legend Robert Downey Jr., back when this whole battle got started, 2008.
Yeah.
So he goes on an interview and he disses The Dark Knight, saying that he said, I'm paraphrasing here, I don't have the exact interview, but he's like, I get it, you need a college degree to understand this film. He said, I didn't quite get it, referring to it being not quite as good as Iron Man. And then he said, you know what? F you, DC Comics. Robert Downey Jr. is the man.
He's the man.
He's the man, the myth, the legend.
Absolutely.
I think it's funny. It's kind of like when Deadpool poked fun at Batman v Superman. You know what? Like, all these writers and stuff and artists work both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
They're not just mutually exclusive. I think it's more the fans that are into it more than the companies. Mm-hmm. And you need some sort of competition, because back when they were all buddy was in the 90s, and that was some of the worst comics we've had.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So we had those Marvel vs. DC crossovers. Did you read any of those?
No, not until a while back when we started this whole thing. I read a couple of those.
Oh, okay.
Not a fan.
No?
No.
The one I do suggest, I don't know if you read it, is Justice League and Avengers.
And they match up against each other?
No.
Oh,
That's the Marvel vs. DC where the fans would vote in.
Right.
This one is, so George Perez, he was writing at both Marvel and DC at the time, and so they gave him special permission to use both characters of Justice League and Avengers. So he had been working on this since the 80s, and it finally came out, I think, in like 2002.
Wow.
It's like the last crossover. We'll probably never see another crossover again.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. Like, the one cover, I think it's issue 3, has every Justice League and Avengers member ever on the cover. It's
Let's
front
see.
and back. It's fantastic. The art's great. It has that iconic image. It's actually the background of my phone with Superman holding Thor's hammer and Cap's shield.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, such a cool. And it shows like the dynamic between the two teams. It's fantastic. Like the story is, it's like this battle, and there's 10 items, and then the Justice League has to get them, and the Avengers have to get them in each other's universe, and whoever comes back with, I think, 6 out of the 10 wins.
Oh.
Yeah. Otherwise, the universe gets destroyed, and then it's really cool,
Nice.
really well done. Check it out. But besides that, yeah, like DC and Marvel, I think it's just a bit of fun, poking fun at the other, letting out some steam. Because I'm sure David Ayer, he's probably like, every day probably people come up to him and be like, oh, it's not going to be as good as a Marvel film, or and then like I bet you like some of the people come up to the Marvel people like, oh, it's not as good as DC.
Oh yeah.
So they probably get frustrated too, but he's just having some fun with it. He probably, his buddy is probably like one of the directors of Doctor Strange. Like I'm sure they talk. It's not like they're just in silos.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, and you know what? David Ayer's a great director. So much ado about nothing. So should we go? So we wanted to because Suicide Squad's coming out tomorrow. Actually, is the preview.
That's right. I'm going tomorrow, 10:30.
Yeah. Oh, 10:30. Okay, so don't spoil anything. I couldn't make
Definitely
it.
not.
I'm going to a wedding rehearsal. Thanks a lot. Because of you, I have to watch it on Friday now. You know who you are. But, no, I'm just kidding. But so I'm seeing it on Friday at 7:30 on the IMAX screen.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So because Suicide Squad's coming out this week, we thought we'd do a little bit about the more obscure comic book movies. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do a top 5 with a couple honorable mentions of non-Marvel or non-DC films.
Good stuff.
So these could be either, we didn't include Vertigo or... anything.
Vertigo, right?
Yeah. So we didn't include Vertigo, so no Watchmen, no V for Vendetta, and no anything directly related to DC. So no Batmans, no Captain Americas. This is more of your, your Crows, your Men in Blacks, your Sin Cities, your 300s, more of those. Your what's the one with Pamela Anderson that's really bad?
Barbed wire?
Yeah, no barbed wires. Actually saw that movie at the flea market the other day.
No way.
Yeah.
Steelbook.
I doubt if there's a steelbook out there, barbed wire. That's some dedicated hardcore steelbook fans that have to get that. They should have like actual barbed wire around it.
They should, right?
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Or masks or anything. So, so this is Dark Horse, Image, Malibu Comics or anything like that. So, Troy, why don't we start with a couple, if you have one or two honorable mentions that didn't quite make your list?
I'm going to have to go with The Matrix. I don't know if it's a superhero movie or not. Kind of close.
Okay, yeah.
Matrix 1 at least.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's a great film. I remember when that film came out, it changed everything in terms of the... it's kind of like a mix between East and West when you had that slow-mo with the...
bullet style.
Yeah,
Oh,
John
so
Woo action film.
Yes, exactly.
Keanu's back. I mean,
Yeah.
Great Canadian boy.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Yeah. I just actually watched a really terrible Keanu Reeves movie, but Knock Knock by Eli Roth. But I love Keanu in Youngblood when he plays the goalie with Patrick Swayze and Rob Lowe. Yeah. So if you're into 80s, like we were talking about Strange Ideas? Or...
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things?
Yes.
And you like the 80s? Check out the Rob Lowe Youngblood.
Yeah.
Also incorporates hockey into it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's Youngblood's the young rising star in the U.S. and he goes to Canada, plays junior hockey.
Nice.
And Keanu's like the French-Canadian goalie, so...
Nice. Point Break.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one. Another one with Patrick Swayze and Keanu. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should have an all Swayze episode.
Oh, yeah. Roadhouse.
Yeah. Dirty Dancing. Oh, man. I love Swayze.
Yeah. What do you have?
So I had two that didn't quite make my list. Mm-hmm. I did comic book movies that weren't Marvel or DC, so not necessarily superhero films. So I did Hellboy as a great film, but it just didn't quite. I just watched it recently, but there's a couple others that I put ahead of it, and The Mask.
Oh, Mask.
Yeah. Even though it didn't really quite follow the comic book, but The Mask with Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. Such a fantastic actor. You got first role from Cameron Diaz, and she was the lady that goes in to get her, she works for the mob.
Yeah, the Coco Bongo.
Yeah, that's right. And then the Coco Bongo, if you've ever been to Mexico and you've been down to Coco Bongos.
I want to go to that club.
Oh, so much fun. Coco Bongos, if you're listening to this, we want free entry. We
Yeah.
promoted your club to the thousands and thousands of listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love that film. I loved Hellboy, but just not quite making my list.
Yeah.
All right, start us off. Number 5. What do you got?
Number 5, I got Big Hero 6. This movie's awesome.
What a great pickup.
Incredible movie. It's
San
so
Fran,
good.
Tokyo.
Yeah. I love it. No, I know it's a little different in the comics. I think it's something else. It's titled something else. But I love this movie. I had so much fun watching this.
Nice.
It was incredible. And didn't quite shed a tear when Hero, or I can't remember the robot's name.
Oh, Baymax?
Baymax,
Yeah.
bit it there. But spoilers.
Whoa, spoiler.
But
Like
just watch the movie.
That's a great poll. Yeah. I mean, that movie, I think it's like Marvel, not Marvel proper, but like Marvel, one of their imprints. And
Yeah.
I think they were trying to do a little bit more of the Japanese anime style with that, but it worked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's touching. You got some different superheroes, and you even got a Stan Lee cameo.
That's right.
Yeah,
at the very end, I love
yeah.
that. Yeah, it has great animation. This is
Yeah.
my only regret is I didn't see this on the big screen.
Oh, you missed it. I saw it at the Crowfoot Theater there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was one of the last. It was packed, and it was like it's been out for a while, and it was still packed.
Great movie.
Yeah, I love that film. So yeah, that's a good poll. That's a good poll.
Nice, thanks. What's your number 5?
Number 5, I have Here Comes the Men in Black.
Oh, nice. Number 1?
Number 1.
Cool.
Galaxy Defenders.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, back when Will Smith made movies with the title in it, Men in Black, Wild Wild West, he needs to make a Suicide Squad song with Jai Courtney.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, no, I love that. I remember it came out when I think I was in junior high or just ending elementary. I got the VHS.
Nice.
I got the Blu-ray. Just a fun movie. You know, like we talked about Independence Day, where it's one of those movies where you can set it, watch it, no matter where it is at on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Men in Black.
Good stuff.
Just a fun movie.
And effects for those times.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, excellent effects. It made like a ton of money. The sequels, number 2, the best part was when Michael Jackson showed up, in my opinion. Number 3, I haven't seen it yet. Is bad.
Yes.
You know, that's a certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's like at 70 something.
Wow. Yeah, that one I nearly walked out of. But we'll see what happens with the 21 Jump Street crossover, right?
That's a weird thing.
It is.
Because 21 Jump Street is dealing with like drug criminals, and now you have aliens.
Aliens in the mix?
You know, like... as bad as WB has been, at least they're not Sony. I think like the guy who like hires a WB exec used to work at Sony, and he's like, it could be worse. You could be back at Sony, so you can do your own thing. I'm not sure. Do you remember watching Men in Black? Did you watch it in theaters? Do you own it?
You know what? I dressed up as Men in Black for Halloween one year. Yeah,
nice.
I went as Will
Which
Smith.
character?
Yeah, the alien. No. You know what? I was a big fan of the cartoon series too.
That was a great cartoon.
It was a really cool cartoon series. The animation was different.
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked part 1. I liked part 2. I made it very clear that I don't like part 3. It's a great movie though. Yeah, it's so fun and so different what they're doing at the time. Mm-hmm. You know, and the weapons, the tools, the action figures.
Yeah,
it's just all around fun.
Will Smith was so hot at that time.
He was good.
He was red hot. Like anything he touched turned to gold.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's just, as we said, it's just a fun movie. The weapons, everything, it just worked. You know, the aliens were cool. They were fun.
Kind of have like a Ghostbusters feeling almost.
Oh yeah,
it's
like
kind of
that.
like the new Ghostbusters almost.
That would be a good crossover. That would be a better crossover.
That would be a way better crossover.
Men in Black and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And you could have Will Smith and the 4 girls and Tommy Lee Jones.
That'd be sweet.
I'm there.
Nice.
All right.
I like it.
Sony, if you're listening, we should really get Hollywood to listen to us.
We really should.
We should be the kings of Hollywood.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine? Just like... Because that was back in like the 70s with like Spielberg, what's his name? The Stanley Kubrick, Oliver Stone, Martin Scorsese. Like they were our age, and they were making like killer movies in the 70s. Like they ran Hollywood at that time.
Jeez. They're like the Goodfellas of Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Hollywood, we have zero experience, but we've seen a ton of movies. That should be a job. Just like you show us a movie, you show geeks a movie, and we'll tell you what you need to change. Like if you showed us Fantastic Four, we would have been like, okay, stop right there, change that, put pants on the thing, boom, we would have made it so much more money.
Fix the wig.
Yeah. Stay consistent, make sure that she goes into space and it's not just an all boys trip into space.
Yeah, that was weird.
Should we do a commentary to Fantastic Four, Josh Trank?
I'm down.
Should we?
100%.
Yeah.
We'll invite Josh Trank too.
Oh my god, what's he doing nowadays? We're even too big for him now. He like tried to get on. We're like, sorry, Josh, no. We have a set of standards. Actually, I really like Chronicle. I think it's Chronicle. A fantastic film. I put that more on Fox studio interference than on Josh Trank.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%. He even said, he tweeted out, like, I have a fantastic cut of this film, which you're never going to see, but you would have liked.
Yeah.
I want him to release it.
Definitely.
We should get a petition going, release that, and screen it.
That'd be sweet, eh?
That'd be sick.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do you got for number 4?
Number 4, this one again, this is different. I don't know. Help me out here. This might not be a superhero movie, but Drive. It kind of has a little bit of...
yeah.
This is a really cool movie.
That's
Ryan
a fantastic
Gosling.
film. Ryan Gosling,
Dark as hell in this movie, but the shots of the action shots doesn't say a word of the whole movie pretty much.
I love it.
I think he's just called Kid. I don't think he actually has a name.
No. It's very like 80s kind of like...
So 80s.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's great. Bryan Cranston's in here too.
Yeah, that's right. Have you ever seen the Steelbook? So Mondo released, the first Steelbook they released, Mondo Studios, was Drive.
No way.
Fantastic Steelbook. If you ever get a chance, check out the art. Just an awesome, awesome movie.
Do you think I can get my hands on that anywhere or what?
If you're willing to pay about $80.
I might do it. I love, that's like one of my favorite all-time movies.
Okay, all right, check it out. Drive on Mondo. Such a sick... I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like this, but when I go to pick a movie, I still own like over 1,000. I just picked up my 1,000th movie the other day.
Round of applause.
Yeah. Already up to like 1,017, but
nice.
That's beside the point. I feel like, when you go to pick a movie, I'm so used to the blockbuster days where, the art kind of sold the movie for you. Because we didn't have the internet, so you go in, and even like a big movie like, say, Friday the 13th, you probably didn't hear a lot of it if you're like a 13, 14-year-old kid, and you just saw like this cool kick-ass cover. You're like, you know what, I'm going to give that a try.
Oh, yeah.
And so, when I go, that's what drew me to Steelbooks. Tim had always been saying, get into Steelbooks. I'm like, no, because if I do, I'm going to have to get them all. And then I bought one, a Star Wars actually, and I kept from there. But when you buy a film and it has such a fantastic cover, I think it adds to the experience.
Oh yeah, Tim's kind of like a Sith Lord, eh?
Yeah,
He's very persuasive.
Seeds,
he got me into the Black Series, and there's no going back. He got you into
These are not the droids you're looking for, Tim.
Fuck, just in an Emperor trailer somewhere right now. Just saying good.
Yeah. How do we know he's not in Jakku right now or something?
Yeah. He's on the Death Star.
Yeah. So that's where he's been all this time. He is. He's very persuasive.
Yeah, he's got the mind tricks going on.
Yeah, the Jedi mind tricks. Actually went into Seattle. I went into their EMP museum, and they had Star Wars t-shirts. And I was so close to picking up my first Star Wars t-shirt. It was a Stormtrooper. And he's asking another Stormtrooper, he's like, what if these are the droids we were looking for?
Nice.
And I was like, Star Wars humor. So I'm slowly coming around on the whole Star Wars thing. I'm coming around.
Loving it.
So number 4, I have the very tragic, the very beautifully shot, The Crow.
Oh,
Brandon
excellent.
Lee, fantastic in this movie. You talk about dark and gritty. It doesn't get dark and grittier than this.
No.
If they ever do a reboot, I want Zack Snyder doing it.
Ooh.
That'd be a good one. I don't know if they ever will though.
No.
You Can't Touch it. It's a classic. To me, it's up there with like some of the great superhero and comic book films of all time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, what else can I say about this one? This one was cool. This was such a different take. I mean, growing up as a kid, I always thought superheroes, capes, masks, blue or red.
Yeah.
This was like, whoa, this is something else. I thought it was Sting the wrestler the first time I saw it because it kind of looks similar.
Sting actually changed his look, I think, because he was all colorful, and then he made himself like the black and white, like the Crow, and such a better character as the Crow.
Yeah. So good, right?
I remember I got the McFarlane Movie Masters figure of the Crow, and he had like the guitar in the back.
Oh.
I actually didn't see this for a while because it's pretty dark subject matter. Mm-hmm. So when I finally saw it in my teen years, I was like, "Oh my god, this is fantastic!
Incredible, isn't
this
it?
is what I've been missing all my life."
Do you have a steelbook of this, or did they probably didn't make one?
I don't have the steelbook. I don't know if Future Shop released one. It's actually Canadians will know this store, Future Shop.
Yeah.
Excellent store. Too bad it went out of business. But it was just one day I was just walking by and saw it and I said, you know what? I was just a blind buy and I picked it up and I was grateful. How did you stumble upon The Crow?
TV. I think it was TBS. So it was a while. It was a while before I saw this one. But I think it was on TBS back when it was known as the Superstation. Channel 4.
We're so old.
Yeah, so old, yeah.
Back when we had the TV guide and little Troy looked up.
In the newspaper.
Yeah. He only got 8 channels back then.
But it wasn't in color. It was in like the negatives.
Yeah.
I didn't have Super Channel. Yeah. No. So that's how I experienced The Crow.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
I didn't ask, how did you watch Drive? I forgot to ask.
Oh, Drive! I saw it in theaters.
Oh, really?
I saw it in theaters on the big screen. I didn't even know anything about this movie.
Yeah.
And the people I worked with were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go see Ryan Gosling. I was like, okay. And it was just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. I just loved it, and I got the Blu-ray I got the DVD first because I still wasn't on the Blu-ray game, and then I got the Blu-ray shortly afterwards.
Oh,
and,
okay.
My next step is the Steelbook.
You have to get it.
Yeah.
I can't recommend it. Let me know if you pick it up because we might get a discount on shipping.
Yeah, good call.
Mondo, if you're listening. One of these times, someone's going to be listening and give us free swag, and it's going to be the best day of our lives. Like, oh my god, we got free swag. All right, what do you got for... Oh, sorry, Drive. I actually saw it. My wife persuaded me to see it. She's
nice.
like, oh, let's watch this Ryan Gosling film, and I was thinking, all right, Ryan Gosling. Like, I saw The Notebook, ragged on it, and she's like, no, it's supposed to be good. So we were actually at Walmart, and they had like a huge like summer sale, and I think I picked it up for like $5 on Blu-ray or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was great sale there by Walmart, and so I watched it, and I was like, man, this is an excellent film. Like,
so good.
I take back every bad thing I said about Ryan Gosling.
That actually made me want to see even more like superhero kind of films, even though it's not so superhero.
Yeah,
I want to see more of that.
Absolutely.
And I think it is Place Along the Pines.
The Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, it was just trying to go that route, but it stirred pretty far left for me. So,
I liked it. It was kind of neat, like with the 3 different acts and the 3 different like heroes.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. With the motorcycle or the dirt bike, it's pretty cool, and seeing him all tatted up and stuff.
Yeah.
He's pretty dreamy, so I'm not going to lie.
A good cast, though. Bradley Cooper, Dane DeHaan, Ryan Gosling.
Oh, DeHaan's in that.
Yeah, Dane DeHaan's the son. I guess turns out to be Ryan Gosling's son. Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah. What if he's actually the son in, like, Spider-Man? Ryan Gosling, he would have made that film so much more better.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's great English. He would have made that film so much more better. All right, what do you got for number 3?
Number 3, going back to the animated, The Incredibles.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
What a great pick.
Actually, I guess it was your turn, wasn't it? I just did Drive, didn't I?
No, I did The Crow.
Oh, you did The Crow, and then I went, okay, yeah. Sorry.
We're very professional here at the Nerd Room.
Yeah, The Incredibles, Disney, Pixar. This to me is the Fantastic Four movie we've all been waiting for.
Absolutely.
You'll hear many people say that, right?
Oh yeah. Like I remember seeing that. I actually saw that. I think that was like the second date me and my wife actually ever went on was The Incredibles.
No way.
In theaters. I don't own it because Disney and Pixar movies are way too expensive.
Yeah.
But what a fantastic film. I mean, I said probably fantastic. There's a drinking game. Every time I say fantastic in this episode, take a drink. What a great film. I just, it hits all the right notes. It has the right amount of comedy, the right amount of action, and the animation was great. I think the guy who did that used to be on The Simpsons. And
no way.
Yeah, so I think he did The Simpsons, and then he did Iron Giant, which critics loved. I haven't seen it yet, but critics loved, people loved, but it bombed at the box office for some reason.
Yeah.
But Disney gave him a shot with The Incredibles, and he knocked it out of the park. Mm-hmm. The baby Jack, I think, the baby's name is Jack, and he had like all those powers and Syndrome and Mr. Incredible. I just love how... you take the superhero tropes and you put them in the mundane, everyday lives.
Love it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Civil War, where they couldn't use their powers because they had to register with the government a bit.
It is, yeah. So kind of borrowed from that a little bit, right?
Yeah. So, Troy, tell me, how did you stumble across Incredibles? Is this another theater movie that you saw, or what?
No, you know what? It wasn't actually. I saw this at my house. My little brother saw it in theaters. Okay. And I was a little bit older, not super old, not like 30 in my mom's basement or anything like that. But I was a little bit older. I think I was maybe. I couldn't even give you a proper age, but he loved it so much at theater. It came out on DVD, actually VHS maybe. Oh, wow. And he's watching it at home, and I decided to watch it with him, and I was like, hey, this is actually pretty funny, pretty cool, because I was always into superheroes. Yeah. And I loved it. It's so original, that's awesome. But still so Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. It's funny. I think, like, young boys and young adults, I think there comes a time when Disney to them becomes kind of uncool, like kind of the Disney fairy tales with like Aladdin, Lion King. And for me, when that happened, it was around the time of Hercules, so I didn't go see it.
Okay,
and then years later, I was like, man, like, stop being lame. Disney's awesome. So
Nice.
I got back into Disney.
Yeah.
And the first movie I watched was Hercules, and I was like, this is awesome.
So good, right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Love that movie. So
Yeah.
I was like, why did I rag on Disney? But I don't know what it is. It was just like a time in my life when I just, for whatever reason, I just stopped, worshiping at the House of Mouse.
Yeah.
And I'm back at it. But
Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
awesome.
that's another one we could put in. It would be Hercules.
I totally love Hercules. That movie right there, that blueprint is like the Superman we're like missing, in my opinion, almost in the cinematic universe, except obviously a little less kiddie. But I love the mythos behind that. So, that's a great movie.
Yeah, it's awesome. Number 3, I have the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh,
back in, I think it was the 80s or early 90s.
Right.
The live action film. The one you guys all know and love.
Oh my god! Like they couldn't sell any more toys.
Yeah.
They hit us with the realistic turtles.
Oh, so sick!
Man.
I had all the action figures,
Right?
all 4 turtles.
Nice.
Every movie I had to get them, even though they were pretty much the same figures. But like, no, I need to get them.
Yeah.
Got the Shredder.
Oh,
got
nice.
the foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Like, I was bought hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, it was so good. The opening sequence too, right?
Yeah.
Raphael's encounter with Casey Jones.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
So sick.
Yeah.
Man, I love that film. Like Ninja Turtles with like the action, the humor. I mean, I watched it the other day. It doesn't quite stand up to the test of time, but nostalgia is a hell of a drug. And I remember watching it as a kid and thinking this movie is the bee's knees, and I love it. It has a special place in my heart,
Nice.
and yeah, I get taken back to the time when I was a kid and I saw it. I didn't see it in theaters, but my parents bought it. I think I have it on VHS, and then I have it on DVD now. I don't have it on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit tough to find on Blu-ray.
There's a cool Blu-ray pack at HFE. You get the 4 turtles. I have it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I only
That's
have
pretty
the DVD with it, but I got the steelbook of the new Ninja Turtles movie, and I still have to see the other one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's just a fun movie. I watched it as a kid. Is this a kid movie for you, or is this more of your older?
I watched it as a kid, 100%. I don't think I saw it in theater because I think I might have been too little.
Yeah.
But I remember I had the soundtrack as a purple cassette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Go Ninja.
Yeah. I had the box.
Yeah.
And I had the 4 turtles underneath the sewer.
That's so
lid,
cool.
And I loved this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Just
Good call.
Just a great film for all ages.
Totally, right?
Yeah, I think kids today would still enjoy it. I don't know if they will or not. I'm not hip enough, but I enjoyed it as a kid, and my kid's gonna watch it when they're old enough. So
Good stuff.
Yeah.
It's fantastic choice.
Awesome.
Man.
So what do you have for number 2?
Number 2. This is probably not on anybody's list, but it's on mine. Michael J. White, Spawn.
Spawn. What a beauty film.
I love this film. This to me felt so like comic, such a comic adaptation.
Yeah.
I thought the costume looked pretty cool. The cape was a little over the top with the CGI going on.
Yeah.
Michael J. White, what a perfect cast to play this character.
He looked fantastic as Spawn.
Oh yeah, did he ever? And I never looked back since. So I only did watch it when I was a kid, and I've never revisited it. So.
I went to a thing. I was trying to get all the comic book movies, and I picked this up on Amazon for like $1.
No.
So we'll have to watch it again. Maybe that'll be another commentary. Would be Spawn.
No way on DVD.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a film that's ripe for remake.
Oh, 100%.
Especially with the technology nowadays, that would be a fantastic film to watch.
Definitely. Where did you experience this film?
Funny enough, so my dad was into comics, and he used to collect them back in the day with my older brother.
Yeah.
And when this film came out, it was around the time of my younger brother's birthday. And my dad thought it'd be a good idea to take us. So I was about like maybe 6 or 7. I don't know why, if he didn't even care, but he took me to see Spawn. I was like, this is awesome. And I was like the only one in my class that was able to see it.
Oh my god.
And everyone thought I was like the coolest kid that week. It's like, yo, you gotta check out Spawn. It's so cool. So definitely Saw it way too young. I saw it in theaters at the still the Crowfoot Theater. Man, the theater's been around for a long time.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you must have been a bad influence on the other kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be hanging out with Sunjay anymore. You can't be watching those movies.
No, Spawn's a good guy. I was helping him out. Where did you experience the greatness of Spawn?
I think I saw it in theater too. I might have seen it with Wayne, my cousin there.
Oh, nice.
That's been on the podcast a couple times now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters and I just enjoyed it. It was cool.
Yeah.
I think because I was also like kind of trying to get away a little bit from like the kiddie things and trying to be a little more edgy and enjoy these Punisher like movies, and this was just one of them. And Spawn was such a hot topic during that point. He was at a peak, right?
He was selling like 1 million issues a month. Like he's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's crazy. He was outselling like Batman. He was outselling Superman, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Todd McFarlane, what a beauty.
Yeah.
We talk about the action figures that he does. It's funny because we talked about the Ninja Turtle action figures. I got the Spawn action figures from the movie, and they were so cheaply done, they kept breaking.
Oh, no.
I had the they call it the pizza face Spawn, where he's like all chewed up and he's not really Spawn, and he's got like the whole like coat. Arm fell off.
Oh, no.
And then I got the Spawn, and I got the Spawn figure, and that one actually managed to stay fairly assembled.
Yeah.
The one thing that was kind of weird was John Leguizamo as a clown.
Yeah.
Is his name Clown? And he's like this big like fat guy, and he turns into like this scary monster.
So weird.
Yeah. We didn't question things in the 90s, like we didn't get a lot of comic book films. It was like that and Batman Forever. Yeah. And we were just thankful with what we got.
Totally.
Sometimes I kind of want to go back to that mentality. Nowadays, I think we're too spoiled. We're like, oh, in this one scene, Captain America's shield is a different color than this scene.
Exactly.
Whereas back in the day, we're like, oh my god, Two Faces on the screen.
Yeah, right? Like the fact that we even get superhero team-ups.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah, like, stop complaining, people.
Yeah.
Nice. So I got one that's kind of similar.
Cool.
I have Sylvester Stallone's Dredd. No, I'm just kidding. I have the remake, Carl Urban's Dredd 3D.
I was going to be like, wait a second. There's a way better version, right?
No, wait, what? To me, Sylvester Stallone will always be Dredd. No. I have the Dredd 3D. Also a Mondo Steelbook as well.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic Steelbook. Best Buy just had a sale. I think I picked up for like $8.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
for the Steelbook?
Yeah, Blu-ray.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic film. Just, we talked about dark and gritty. This is a dark and gritty film that worked. Carl Urban, he is amazing as Dredd. Mm-hmm. Just going through like the different levels of the apartments.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And we talked about that before. Like, if they were going to do that Batman movie based in the Arkham Asylum, then that's totally the way you go, is the Dredd route. And I love the fact that this guy never takes off the helmet. Like,
yes.
It's not to show off Carl Urban as like he's starting this movie. It's like, no, he's Dredd.
Yeah.
Every time you see an Avengers poster, they have their helmets off, and I'm like, come on, man, leave the helmets on.
Yeah.
He has that thing on the whole movie.
Yeah.
And Cersei's in this movie from Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
The actress, I forgot her name, but she plays the villain.
Oh, cool.
That's
awesome.
This.
Yeah. What a fantastic film. Damn it, I said fantastic again. They should show this movie to Ben Affleck before he writes his Batman script and be like, okay, do something like this, but with Batman and with Batman's villains.
Yes.
And you got $1 billion hit right there.
I really like that.
Unfortunately, this movie didn't do so well box office wise. I think because of the Dredd stigma from Sylvester Stallone's version. Yeah. But there is talk of a potential sequel.
That's what I've been hearing. That or a Netflix series. I've been hearing kind of been bouncing back, but I think it was poorly marketed too, eh?
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like Edge of Tomorrow, where it's poorly marketed. I didn't see it in theaters, and then I saw it because I watched Collider Video.
Yeah.
And John Schnepp, I think he kept like pumping this movie.
Pumping it like crazy.
Edge of Tomorrow, watch it, live, die, repeat. Terrible title, watch it.
Yeah.
So I took his advice. He was right.
Same. Like Schnepp, you sold me on this for sure.
Schnepp, if you're listening.
Schnepp, if you're listening. Talking to first name, last name basis, I guess.
Johnny boy.
It's such a good movie, that one.
Such an excellent film.
Yeah, love that one.
So I didn't see Dredd in theaters as well. Mm-hmm. It seems to be a common theme with some of these lesser knowns. You got so many Marvel and DC stuff. I kind of saving money for them, and then I see these ones when they pop out on home video. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of the only one that still buys home video, but no, I saw it just a blind buy again. I think Barron sold me on it. He said you got to see Dredd, and so I finally saw it, and I was like, you're right, like this Fantastic. Oh!
There it is again.
I stopped myself. No, I didn't. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta get a new word. Honestly, if you're playing the drinking game... Yeah. It's all that talk about Josh Trank's Fantastic Four. It's just like Inception in my mind. I was feeling like when I was sleeping, you came into my mind and you just implanted Josh Trank and Fantastic Four. Just had been having sexy dreams about the Thing with his no pants, I guess. Can we talk about that for a second? So he has no pants on, but he's still like a living creature. Mm-hmm. How does he do stuff? Like, does he go to the washroom or like? Come on, magic. One of several plot points to Fantastic Four that we have yet to get answers to. Forget the presidential debates. I want to go up to Josh Trank. And we should just debate, I'd love to actually have him on there and be like, okay, what was the thinking behind this there? Did the Fox Studio executives make you do that?
Yeah. Whose idea was that?
Yeah. Where did you catch Dread 3D?
Netflix.
Yeah.
I was hearing good things about this movie, but I just never got the chance to just go out and buy it, or I guess I don't rent movies. And then next thing you know, it was on Netflix. I was like, sweet deal, I'm watching this. And not really having much expectations for it. Yeah. Because I hated the Sylvester Stallone one. Yeah. I hated that one. And when I watched it, I was like, well done. This is cool. And I was like, okay, we're going to get a sequel for sure. Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah. And it's such a well done movie, and it deserves a sequel. Yeah. And I think we're going to get one. Maybe it'll be called Dread 4D. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of weird that it's called Dread 3D, but whatever. I guess, because it's in 3D, but... Yeah. I mean, even picking it up on HMV there, I picked it up, I think it was a Boxing Day sale, and it was kind of like a blind buy, so...
I want to see Dredd versus Batman. They did a comic on
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, eh?
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I think I have the Spawn and Batman crossover comic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is about the Batman versus TMT. That's I think it just ended, but it's been going on.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. I fought Shredder.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. DC every year, I think they're doing another crossover. Because they had Green Lantern and Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. How was that? That might have been interesting.
Good.
Eh?
That was really good, yeah. And then you had Batman Ninja Turtles. What do you think the next one's going to be? So, like, a DC character with a non-Marvel crossover.
I got it.
Okay.
Aquaman and Free Willy.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine? And then Michael Jackson's song playing in the background.
What do you got?
I was thinking something with Transformers would be cool.
Yeah. Cyborg and Transformers?
Oh, that's perfect. Oh my god. That actually works perfectly.
Yeah, that'd be neat, eh?
That'd be such a cool crossover.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. DC, if you're listening. That's another drinking game. Every time I say, if you're listening to a company that try to pander to them, take a shot. You're going to be drunk before you hit the 2-hour mark. So we're coming up to our number one spot. Number one with a bullet. What do you got, Troy?
TMT.
Nice.
TMT was I mean, I already said everything I could say about this movie. But I was a big Turtles kid. Yeah, big time. People were, there's the G.I. Joes, there's the Power Rangers, and I was a Turtles guy.
Nice. Yeah, Turtles. I mean, the cartoon. What can be said about the cartoon? You have all the different villains and all the different characters and all the different action figures.
Mm-hmm. The video games, the arcade. I think everybody remembers the beat 'em ups, and they're just throwing their quarters away playing those games, right?
Yeah. When we went to Vegas, we weren't 18 at the time, and we actually brought like a ton of quarters, and there's an arcade still, and we passed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and the Simpsons one.
Oh, that's phenomenal, man! Next time you guys are over, I got Turtles in Time on my Xbox.
Oh, so nice!
We can binge on that game later. Yeah,
I call being Michelangelo.
Yeah, I'm Raph. Just nobody touch Raph.
You do strike me as a Raph.
So what's your number one there?
Okay, so this isn't so much a superhero movie, but it is a comic book movie. Nominated for 6 Oscars, starring Tom Hanks, Jude Law, and late what's his name? Paul Newman. The late Paul Newman, the salad guy, also from Slapshot. Road to Perdition.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Light me on this one then.
Okay, have you seen this?
No.
Okay, so it's based off of DC Comics imprint, but it's not Vertigo.
Okay.
And it takes place, I believe, in the 30s. And it's a gangster film where Tom Hanks' son witnesses a murder, and Tom Hanks is a gangster. And so he has to take him on the run away from Jude Law, who's an assassin that's trying to kill his son. and the gangster, like the head gangster, is Paul Newman, and he orders the hit. So it's just a. I was gonna say fantastic, but I stopped myself. It is such a heartwarming story. I know it doesn't sound heartwarming, but it's a great story about a father and a son traveling across the country, and 6 Oscar nominations says it all. It won 1 for cinematography.
Wow.
I think there's a Best Supporting Actor nomination, a Best Actor nomination. Just wonderfully acted. See what I did there? I changed the adjective.
I like it. I like the vocabulary.
Yeah, it's great acting. It's just such a it's such a great story. And I shed a tear when I see it.
What year did this one come out?
It's pretty new. Like DC has a couple imprints that they came out with, like A History of Violence.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's an imprint from DC. Stardust. Have you seen that one?
Stardust.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro, Henry Cavill's first movie from DC Comics, and it's about, I think, Cate Blanchett. She's a star and she falls from the heavens, and then he has to like take her back to her home. Mm-hmm. So it's a very cool. It's kind of like Princess Bride feel to it.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of them, like Red is like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so DC. Even though it's not DC, but. There's a ton of these comics that were coming out from imprints from DC, but not DC or Vertigo. Mm-hmm. I think they tried to get more like independent comics.
Oh, okay.
And so I think this came out like 2002, 2003, I'd say.
Okay.
Definitely worth a look. I have it on. I actually just saw it on DVD. I think I just got it like a used DVD sale or something.
Nice. Not
thinking too much of it because I heard it was based off a comic book. So I'm like, okay. I'll check it out, and I fell in love with the movie.
Oh man,
it's
sweet.
Such a great movie. I can't say enough good things about it. The cinematography, it won an Oscar for it. Mm-hmm. If you're into gangster films, like this is like Scorsese-esque. Like it's Goodfellas quality.
Oh,
it's
sold.
Departed quality. I mean, Tom Hanks is at his best here.
Wow.
I mean, Tom Hanks is such a fantastic. He's such a Tom Hanks is such a clutch actor, right?
Yeah.
So
he's
and Paul
great.
Newman too.
Mm-hmm.
Love him from Slapshot. So
good stuff, man.
Check it out.
Nice.
Road to Perdition. Make sure you check it. And even like the other ones I said, like History of Violence is pretty cool. Stardust. Mm-hmm. All these other ones that are just different concepts. That's part of the appeal is you get these comic book films, but they're not just superhero films. So they're not just capes and tights. And there's a couple other ones like Ghost World. Have you seen that one?
No.
So that's Scarlett Johansson's first comic book film.
Oh.
And Steve Buscemi's in it. And I forget the main girl's name. I feel so bad. I think she was in American Beauty, been in Hocus Pocus, but
really,
yeah, I don't know if that's her. Look it up. You guys got Google. I'm sure it's send me an angry email. Actually, no one will. But it's just like a coming of age story about these two girls after high school. So that one's a good one to check out as well.
Sweet.
So Road to Perdition, number 1.
Nice, good stuff.
Yeah,
so going into your most
most horrible mention.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just think of one here. Well, what do you got for most horrible mention? I'll let you go first, and I can think of one.
Mine's a tie. Mine's a toss-up. And this is funny because the character I'm going to mention actually inspired like the man next to Spider-Man, which is Batman.
Yeah.
Zorro.
Oh,
Zorro 1, I loved it. Zorro 2, horrible.
With Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Antonio Banderas.
Yes. Yeah. That was horrible. And the Phantom. The Phantom was pretty bad too.
Yeah. He's running around the jungle with a giant skin-tight purple. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Being a kid, I was like, where's Batman?
Yeah. When is this going to come out? Yeah.
When's Batman going to beat this guy up?
Yeah. Oh, man, the Phantom, yeah. That takes me back.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, I haven't seen this one in a long time, but Casper.
Oh, yeah.
Casper with Christina Ricci.
Yeah,
Yeah, based on the comic book.
Mm-hmm. Good callback.
What else is there?
You didn't like the end when they made him a human?
Yeah. Such a morbid concept for like a fun kids cartoon. It's like this kid who died and have zany adventures. Like, what are you doing?
Horrible. Terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I still haven't seen the second Sin City, but I haven't heard good things about that one.
Yeah.
Same with 300. I did enjoy 300 in the first Sin City, but not as much as other people, actually. I found the first Sin City a little long.
Yeah, same. There's certain acts that I loved.
Yeah.
A lot of acts that could have been taken out.
Yeah.
I loved 300. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a great film, yeah. So I'll put Sin City on there just because I felt like it was too long and the story for me at times went nowhere.
Yeah, pretty choppy.
Yeah. That was cool though because it kind of felt like a comic book brought to life.
Really did.
Yeah, but the story just fell flat for me. So, I mean, there's tons of other ones like The Shadow with Alex Baldwin.
Oh yeah.
That's another throwback. You know, it's funny. I picked up a Wizard magazine. You remember those?
Wizard. I loved Wizard. Yeah.
It was at a used comic book sale, and so what they did was they're like, we want to cast the Batman universe using actors from that time. So I think this came out in like 94, 95.
Who's on the cover of this one, remember?
I can't remember, but I think they had just cast Tommy Lee Jones as Batman Forever, or they just were talking about it.
No way.
So they were talking about who we're going to cast for like the rest of Batman, and they actually suggested Alec Baldwin for Batman.
Cool.
Would have been an interesting choice. Yeah.
Wow.
So I can't remember who else they had. It was pretty funny actually, like some of the ones that they had. I have to find it and we can do a whole thing on it and just mock them at the time.
Like you're so wrong.
Yeah. That would have been terrible. Yeah. I mean there's tons. Like, you know, some of them though are hit or miss. I mean, you get some that I feel like there's less constraints. Like you get some of these films out there, they don't have quite the following as they do nowadays, but they did back in the time.
That's
like
right.
The Spirit was another one that Will Eisner's The Spirit. The Shadow was big as well. And there's a reason why these ones were popular back in the time, and if they can recapture that magic, then for sure, you know, make them. And I think with more comic book movies getting made, you're going to see more obscure characters like Suicide Squad, like even Ant-Man. Like, if you came up to me 5 years ago and said, we're going to get an Ant-Man film before we got, you know, another Batman film after Christopher Nolan, I would have thought you're crazy.
Right, for sure. Deadpool, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, it just speaks to, you know, as we said, keep making these movies, make them out of every character you can think of, because some of them will work, like Road to Perdition and The Crow, and some of them won't. Like Sin City didn't work for me, or maybe like Ninja Turtles 3 back in time didn't work for some people. Yeah. So Troy, before we wrap up here, you know, we're talking about keep making these obscure characters because, you know, you may like them, like Ant-Man. Give me one non-Marvel DC character that hasn't been on movies yet. Give me one Marvel character which hasn't been in a movie yet. And give me one DC character which hasn't been in a movie yet that you'd like to see.
Okay, well, for sure, for DC, Nightwing.
Oh, that's a great one.
This guy has to be in on the big screen sooner or later. Like, that's my biggest DC superhero of all time.
Yeah.
I love Dick Grayson Nightwing.
Well, you don't like the Christopher O'Donnell Robin one?
But as a kid, I did. I did. Yeah, I actually did.
I remember watching it in Batman and Robin. He's like, "Holy rusted metal, Batman!" And then Josh Clooney's like, "What?" He's like, "It's like there's holes and the metal's rusted." I was like, as a kid, I was like, "This is." I could have wrote a better script. But you're right. Like, why haven't we got a Nightwing?
Yeah. So I hope we get that guy eventually. From the Marvel side, I really want to see Prowler in the Spider-Man universe.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And hopefully with is it Donald Glover being cast? Maybe he'll be that character.
Yeah.
So I would
non-Marvel or DC.
Non-Marvel or DC. Yeah, that's a tough one. That one might have to marinate with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go with mine. So non-Marvel DC, I'm gonna go with the comic book series Y: The Last Man. Yeah, I think this would make a better TV series than a movie.
Yeah.
The comics based off an old Twilight Zone episode where all the males get killed except for one man.
Oh.
And so it's just one man and the whole world is women.
Wow.
So I think that it has potential to be a big hit, especially in today's climate. You know, we're clamoring for more female-led projects, and this would be, you know, only one male in the film. But I could just hear the people complaining on the internet now. Oh, of course you'd have a movie with all women, and then the one lead would be a male. I could just hear it in my head right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's an interesting premise, though.
Yeah, I think that could do some good stuff. The Marvel character is kind of a tie. You know, I love Spider-Man. I love his villains. I want to see a Mysterio and a Scorpion.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree.
Get those guys out there. I mean, Spider-Man, to me, has the second best rogues list. So let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sick of Green Goblins, and how many do we need?
Same for a big bad, you know?
Yeah.
Build up that guy, yeah.
You know, it's funny, before when Spider-Man 1 first came out, I didn't think of Green Goblin as Spider-Man's big bad. I always thought it was Doc Ock.
Yeah. It changes. I'm right with you. You asked me today, I say Green Goblin. Tomorrow, I'd say Doc Ock. But Doc Ock is no pun intended, pretty superior to Spider-Man. So yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Thinking of DC now. This one, I'm gonna have to marinate a bit. There's so many characters. It seems like a lot of them have been on screen, but haven't really been done justice. Like you got your Batgirls, your Supergirls, who have been in movies, but the movies haven't been stellar. And even Mr. Freeze. Like, if you give me a great Mr. Freeze...
I love that.
But now we've got Aquaman on film, so he was up there. I'm going to go maybe Black Manta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get him out there. That'd be something... That'd be cool. I think he could really, build that mythos with Aquaman and make him a badass.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see that. I hope that happens. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Wan is just a terrific director. As we said, with studio interference, if he can let his vision be seen, I have no doubt it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Aquaman, because we talked about this, after Suicide Squad getting less than critical acclaim, it's up to Wonder Woman and Justice League. If those two movies don't do well, I'm concerned that Flash and Aquaman won't get made.
Exactly, I know.
I think Wonder Woman and Justice League are too far into it now where they have to just go ahead and put it out there.
Exactly.
But Flash and Aquaman, I mean, it's a toss-up at this point if they get made, which is too bad, because
really is.
I think they could have been two of the cooler ones. I mean, we have yet to see... I was going to actually, suggest this topic before, but... it would have been kind of depressing. We have yet to see a DC Comics movie without Batman or Superman that's been good. I mean, you telling me in the 75 years history of DC Comics, you only have two characters you can make a good film with? Constantine, Steel, Supergirl, Catwoman, Green Lantern, and now, Suicide Squad may still be good, but I mean, I'm talking about critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Swamp Thing is certified fresh, but that movie is so bad. So bad. I mean, it came out in the 80s, low-budget horror film. Yeah. Wes Craven actually directed it, and he's a living legend. Wes Craven actually directed it, and he's a legend. So, I mean, it's worth a look. Swamp Thing's pretty cool, but, man, it's so bad. And the sequel with Heather Locklear in it is even worse. I think, Return to Swamp Thing, just to show you how messed up Rotten Tomatoes is. Return to Swamp Thing, which is one of the... I actually turned it off. I haven't finished it yet, and you know me, I love every movie.
For sure.
Is rated higher than Batman v Superman.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher.
Yeah, that should be at a 1%, maybe negative. They should be giving you percentages for that one.
Oh man.
Well, Troy, did you think of a non-Marvel or DC one yet?
Yeah, you know what would be kind of interesting? Archie.
Oh yeah.
Give us a funny Archie movie with a 21 Jump Street kind of feel.
That'd be pretty cool.
And kind of make fun of itself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jughead and all that, Moose.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be in for
Betty
that.
and Veronica,
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a ton of fun, Troy.
Always.
Next week, Tim will be joining us back as we reignite the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, fresh off his Emperor's throne.
Yes, that's right. He's probably, building the Death Star plans he probably got from Princess Leia and Chewie and Han Solo?
Chewie, Han, Luke.
Yes, Star Wars. And Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw out buzzwords, Star Wars buzzwords, and I'm sure we're gonna all love Suicide Squad. And next week we're gonna have a very civil, lively discussion.
Yes.
About not only Suicide Squad, but potentially the direction of the DC universe. I called it before the most important movie in the DC cinematic universe. But no, it's all in good fun. As I said, studios don't pay us, and I'm going to go in there with an open mind. I don't know about you, but I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, as I said, I love Man of Steel. Didn't love it the first time I watched it, but every time I watch it more, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's layered. There's a rumored 4-hour cut of Man of Steel.
Whoa.
Would you watch it?
Yeah, I would.
I'd give it a go.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe definitely. 3 hours would be a little bit easier. So before we ramble on anymore, you can catch us next week, but this is it.
Yeah, this is it for this edition of episode 33.
The Patrick Waugh episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for entering the Nerd Room. I'm one of your hosts, Sunjay.
I'm Troy.
We are out.
Don't forget to subscribe and rate and review us on iTunes. You can find our hosts Tim, Sunjay, and Troy on Twitter at TheNerdRM, 1912 Podcasting, and Troy, the Boy, 87.